Yo, Twitch. What is up, Twitch? Yo. You guys don't have game audio. 1 second. Make sure I don't have any audio playing either. I don't have a headset on, so I never know what's happening. Let's see. Game audio. There we go. Boom. Done. Solved. Ixar is leaving. Yeah, I was going to pull this up. Yeah. You beat me to the punch. Ixar, August Dean Ayala, as many of you will know from the Hearthstone AMAs that we've always done. After 11 years, I am leaving Blizzard. Hearthstone is an incredible game to have played. Even a small part in its creation is an honor I'll never forget. Thank you to all the players, and a special thank you to my fellow game creators. I am proud of all that we built together. Ixar's out. It's pretty intriguing because he just became the game director a few months ago. He was the, I think this is how it went. There was a lot of shakeups there, but Ben Lee was the former game director. Ben Lee went to work on what we think is Mike Dene and Peter Whalen's game at Blizzard. They left to go make a game, which I'm assuming will be some kind of deck builder, because that's what Peter Whalen is known for. He built his own deck builder years ago, like a roguelite deck builder. And then Mike Dene, of course, has a long card game history. So they went and worked with that. Ben Lee left Hearthstone to go, I think, be, whatever, probably same sort of role over there, if I had to guess. And then Ixar filled in as the interim game director for a while. And then I think became the permanent game director just like a couple months ago, maybe. Or, not permanent, but actual full, not just interim game director a couple months ago. And now Ixar is leaving. So as you can see here from his profile, it says unemployed. My guess is that on Monday he will announce whatever his new job is. I don't think this is a, I got kicked out of Blizzard and I have no job scenario. If I had to guess, I think this is probably a, I found a different role and I'm hopping to a different company, which is pretty common in the game space, or really even corporate space these days. Job hopping is the best and fastest way to both accelerate your income and your role progression very often. So people bounce around a lot. Actually, 11 years is a really long tenure to stick at Blizzard. He's really moved up through the roles, but still pretty crazy to be there 11 years. I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna make a totally baseless speculation here. I will bet you that Ixar is leaving Blizzard to go to Riot to work on the League of Legends MMO. I don't know. Although that said, if he were to keep or increase a game director role, if he wanted to improve upon that title, I don't know if that would be available in that scenario. But I just see him talking a lot to Greg Street, which is like the Riot MMO guy. Seems like something he would be really interested in, given what I know about Ixar's past. So that's going to be my guess. Off to make DC Snap. Well, his wife does work at Second Dinner on Marvel Snap. Molly, who used to work on Hearthstone as well. You can see there's progeny here. She does work on Marvel Snap, so that could be a path, but I just don't see that one. I don't think so. I think it would be Riot or some other really major studio is my guess, but we don't know. I'm going to guess he'll announce it on Monday, though, either way. So what does that mean for Hearthstone, I guess, is the real takeaway. It's hard to say. We've had a lot of people leave Hearthstone, and I think sometimes it's it's kind of always impossible to tell what the direct impact of that is, just because things are so far ahead. And, like when Broad left, people will attribute a lot of things to Broad leaving, which is probably more true than any other example I can think of, but still hard to tell. The timelines are just so messy. Things are made a year in advance. Strategic plans are probably laid out even further in advance than that, as far as like monetization stuff. And it's just impossible to really figure out what immediate or direct impact. Now, that said, there has been this general trend of people who've worked with the game for a long time leaving over the last few years. We already talked about Mike Dene and Peter Whalen and all these people. So it is a little sad or scary always when a major role shifts. Were these people protecting certain aspects of the game from either a design or monetization standpoint? Like, were they the stalwarts that were keeping things that we liked? Or perhaps sometimes are people the reasons that cool new things aren't happening? I think a lot of people thought that with Broad. I think Ben Broad had some really strict ideas about balance, and it took forever to get balance changes, for instance. And it seemed like after Broad moved on, we got a lot more fluid balance changes and fluidity for cards, which I think most people would call a positive change. So I don't know. Ixar's been there for a really long time though, so that it probably makes me more nervous for sure that when we lose some of these old guard people, that things might not go well. So it does make me a little uneasy. Yeah, I don't really know Ixar. He's been around forever, but I just never synced up with Ixar. I don't know. We've never maybe never talked to him as far as I know. I don't have a lot of experience with Ixar at all. I've talked to tons of, like Celestalon, for instance, talked to Celestalon a ton, right? But Ixar just, I don't know, never synced up. I don't know. Never. I kind of always got the vibe he didn't like me much, but I don't know if that's just my self-conscious. I don't think there's any reason to believe that or any evidence for that. He's never said that or been mean to me or anything. I just always kind of got a vibe. I think he is like, I don't know. I think the size of my personality can be intimidating to some people. But what's funny is I'm not really like that in real life. I'm actually far more shy in real life. I think it's because I have the safety of the stream and like I'm not in presence of other people. Like, yes, you guys are here watching, but you're not real. It lets me open up more. I can actually be more goofy and be more boisterous, I think, on stream than I'm ever in real life. I mean, maybe among really close friends I get that way, but among other people, I'm actually pretty tightly wound and not that boisterous. So I don't know. Anyway, we're the product of your imagination. Yeah. Hey, Hanlon, thanks for the 2 months, and Jackson, thanks for the 6 months, dude. That's crazy. I'm loving the Four Tails content you posted. Super cool looking. Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah, here. For those who don't know what he's talking about, I posted a sponsored video today for this game called Four Tails. It came out yesterday on Steam. It's pretty cool. I think those of you who will like this will like it a lot. I don't think it's for everybody necessarily. It is very narratively focused. It plays a lot more kind of like a choose your own adventure game, and storybook almost. Like it's story focused and less like gameplay mechanic focused for a card game. The cards are almost more like a medium to be an adventure game than they are like a card game. There are still battles and stuff, and you still play cards like a card game, but it's not as like mechanically complex like a say a traditional deck builder. It is far more story focused and like decision focused and adventure game focused, and it was actually really polished and really charming in that regard. Like well written, I thought, and really stylistic and just like fun, which I think there will be people who are into that and will absolutely adore this. If you're somebody who's a little bit more mechanically focused and likes to play card games to like express a strategy, I don't know that this one will be as much for you. But if you like flavor and art and character and charm, I think this will be an A+ for you, which I was surprised how polished and just pretty the game was for a smaller team. It's like from a small developer, small indie stuff. So anyway, this video is out on YouTube if you guys want to go check it out. It's just me playing the game for 45 minutes. It's literally just the first 40 minutes of the game. Basically no edits at all. So you can absolutely just see what it is for yourself. You don't have to trust me. Just go watch it. And then if you thought it looked cool, go check out the Steam link. I saw the reviews are running in already really positively. 86% positive across 38 reviews so far. So Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Hey, Steely Thunder. Oh, use my link, by the way, if you're gonna go check out the game. Here, let me give you my link in chat. I mean, you can go watch the video. The link is there, of course, but I'll just put the actual link in chat too if you just want to go to the store page directly. Wait, a real small indie company? Yeah, I know. You know, it's one of these things where I almost hate doing sponsored videos for smaller companies because I hate taking their money. It's a weird reality for me where I have to, or I lose money, right? In other words, if I don't post a normal video, it costs me money because nobody will watch a regular, like you know, that video will get like 5,000 views or something, right? So I will lose out on like 50,000 views of revenue from posting a small game versus you know, like a traditional Hearthstone video. So for me, the opportunity cost is so high, it's like I have to have it be sponsored or I can't do it. I just lose money. You know, it's like paying to do it because of the opportunity cost. So it's like, there's like a small team. I cut them as many breaks as I can. I charge way less for indie games than I do for, like, you know, a big budget mobile game or something, right? So I try my very, very best to make it make sense for them. And it seems like usually it's worth it. Like I've had people who are happy with the results. You know, I think it pays for itself for them. So hopefully it works out well for them. But you know, there's an ROI. Hopefully, that's the goal, right? So it doesn't really technically cost them anything, but still, you feel bad. It's this weird. It's this weird little thing, you know. You try to support indie games as best you can because, you know, we all complain about these giant megacorps milking us for every last runestone, and you know, I'll do an indie game video and nobody will watch it. People still want the megacorp runestone game, so it's tough. It's just a weird little thing to navigate. So anyway, you know, small indie team, they were super cool to work with. I would always encourage you guys to check out their games, and you know, I think you'll like it. I always try to make a good recommendation if I can, but ultimately just go watch the gameplay if you're interested. That will tell you all the story. You know, you'll see it yourself. I just play the game for 40 minutes and let you guys decide. So it's pretty simple. Do I think Ixar was fired or quit? No, I don't think he was fired. We just talked about it. You might have joined a little late here. That seems so insane and unreasonable to me. He's been there for 11 years. He just got the job. There wouldn't even be time necessarily for them to like see the results of his work to make a decision there. I mean, unless something just crazy chaotic is going on and they're just ripping out leadership or something, I don't think that would be the case ever. I think he'll announce a new job on Monday. I think he hopped to a different role, which is fine. He's put in his time on Hearthstone. I wouldn't ever want to. Why am I clicking battlegrounds? Get out of here! What is that? Get me out of here. All right. Duels. Parthamore, thanks for the 33 months, man. You're excited? No, get out of here. We don't play Battlegrounds here. I do play Battlegrounds a little bit off stream, but not much. Just basically when my phone is charging and I'm not playing Marvel Snap lately. When I'm chilling with the wife in bed. Alrighty, what are we gonna play for Duels today? By the way, I'm gonna stream for about 3 hours from here. Honestly, if I don't get some good video content, I might come back later tonight and stream again. I need to get some good videos. I am gonna go take the wife to dinner somewhere in between there, but I need videos. What was my last sandwich? I had a really good sandwich from an Italian deli probably a week ago. It was delicious. Very good. I love sandwiches, dude. Sandwiches is like one of my favorite foods, dude. I just want good bread, lettuce, tomato, pickle, meat, and mayo. No cheese. Light mayo, frankly. I don't even like a lot of mayo. Don't want a bunch of sauce. Just a good, clean sub. Delicious. Delicious. Overload shaman? Mayo or Miracle Whip? It's not even a question. Mayo, always. Miracle Whip. What is that? I mean, I know what it is, but just memeing. Evolve Shaman. Could do Evolve Shaman. Yeah, I don't hate Evolve Shaman, I guess. I'm cool with Evolve Shaman. What do we take here? Overloaded? Maybe just go Flurry to have some consistent damage output? You can't beat the tangy zip of Miracle Whip. My grandma used to get Miracle Whip, but no, I want real mayo. Yeah, I mean, a good taco too with the same, like, just lettuce, tomato, and a good taco. Same deal. I like a really clean. Some people just put so much garbage on everything, sauces and extra stuff, and it's like, just keep it simple, you know. I want the ingredients to speak for themselves, you know. I don't need it overwhelmed. What do we run for Evolve, guys? There's not really a lot of overloaded cards that synergize with Evolve, right? Thinking Ferocious Flurry is the most just like generically useful. Here's some Evolve stuff. Skip the lettuce, double the pickles. What a madman. I don't know. Let's just do this. Whatever. What passives are we looking for if we do Evolve stuff, guys? I don't. We did not plan enough. I can already tell you. We did not sufficiently plan this. I can tell you right now. We should have planned for more. Okay, that's a good Evolve package. I guess we want stuff that's good for Evolve targeting. So like Tiny Toys, maybe. Tiny Toys should be available, right? That's Stormwind, right? Tiny Toys. There's like, we don't have Doppelgangster. We have the rat. The hare. We can do, yeah, the 4-drop's fine. Yeah, the 4-drop's good. Are we gonna get like Battle Cry synergies here? Which, I mean, that would be okay, I think, if we do. I'm not stressed. I'm just thinking about what our kind of passive path is here. Maybe Battle Cries. Because we're gonna have Battle Cries that kind of set up the Evolve side of it. Some tokeny stuff. Do we have any ways to pop off with a big card early? In other words, you know, the tin drop guy, like we could do fish and tin drop guy. Like clearly that's a big win condition in standard. Is that gonna work well? Like, do we have ways to get our hand really full? We played Sir Finley and did the thing that grabbed cards. That would be one way to do it. Oh, there's Mogu guy too. Yeah, is he actually in rotation? Oh yeah, that's even better. Same card basically. We can maybe do both though. I'm cool with that. Any other way for me to really affordably fill my hand? We've got schooling, guidance maybe. Any other cards that add a lot of things to hand? We could maybe do the 2-drop guy that adds the rush minions. Morlock Holmes, god dang it. Maybe for some people, not for me. That doesn't fill my hand. No. Yeah, Ram Wrangler's what I was thinking of. He's also just another neutral battle cry, which could be nice. So we get neutral package here. We've got a few neutral battle cries. The Crud Caretaker is a battle cry, but not neutral. Evolve weapon? I don't know if evolve weapon is in. That's from Outland, right? Yeah. I revealed that card, I think, actually. Maybe Ram. Let's do add and see what shows up, right? Guidance is 2 for 1. I think Firefly is kind of interesting, actually. A way to get some board down while also getting things in hand. I'm thinking like Firefly and Ram Commander. Ooh, bananas could be a way to do it too. Bananas aren't necessarily great in a evolved deck. This adds stuff to hand. This adds stuff to hand, but not on Battle Cry. Also, maybe just a little more expensive, I think. But I like the neutral battle cries. I could get enough neutral battle cries. That's a different angle for the deck as well. Think about cutting the revolve for maybe one more neutral battle cry. Yeah. Maybe a wand maker. Maybe banana vendor. I think I like wand maker a little more though. Yeah, meeting stone, I worry. I mean, if it sticks, it is insane, but I wanted battle cry specifically in case we get a battle cry passive, right? I kind of like this, okay? A weird little deck. But I dig it. Let's try it. Not sure I love this hero power. It just doesn't really do anything for us. It's just generically, you know, it doesn't synergize for us. It's just generically useful. Just okay. All right. Guys, this Omega Strikers game finally got revealed. I don't know what to make of it. There's been like a million streamers who are talking about this game like it's the greatest thing that's ever happened. They've like play tested it, which you can't really trust streamers who've play tested a game early because they all have, myself included, you know, if they're hyping up a game like this, because they all have an invested interest in a game succeeding and being like the next big thing, especially if we're playing it early. So that's what happened with like Artifact, for instance, right? But everybody's talking about this game. It's basically soccer or, you know, Pong meets League of Legends. It actually looks kind of fun, I'm not gonna lie, but I don't know. I gotta get into the beta to play it myself, but people talk about it like it's the hottest thing in history. Okay, it's actually a neat little hand, yeah. I mean, we don't have the evolve follow-ups yet, but we have good hand development for Null. Yeah, Windjammers is what I thought of too, Lusatis. Yeah, it's like a 3v3 Windjammers, exactly. But a little more fast-paced. Windjammers has, well, Windjammers is fast-paced, but it doesn't have a lot of fluidity, I feel like sometimes. There's a lot of like stopping. Your character's always like stopping. It seemed like it had a little bit more fluidity. But anyway, I'll have to check it out. Yeah, location passive would be good for this deck. Yeah, that'd be awesome. This is one that I feel like, you know, it does have a lot of power spikes itself if it just sometimes... That is obscenely powerful, honestly. Jeez. Okay. Commander here is the move for these. This goes to 3 next turn so I can evolve it. Oh, I forgot Mogu is not this. I was thinking these did the same thing. Yeah, this is based on minions, but that's still good to have a different angle of approach there, I think. That's still nice. Okay, baby. Make it big. That's pretty big. I mean, Vosh, I guess, is the only good role here. Wand Maker, not amazing, but, you know, we'll take it. I think it's fine. Each little minion here contesting is cool. Better that we get something that can at least get some return value off their hero power, right? think that's fine. We need a wide evolve here, like literally evolve for our desert hare. Mogu is getting close, convincing, not quite infused yet. See these? I mean, Battle Ram infuses this pretty soon, but I think I'm probably going to end up hero powering this turn just to normalize the board here a little bit. You don't necessarily have to be in a huge hurry here, it looks like. Don't want to take forever to try to win, but really need that evolve. Yeah, we really don't. I mean, in hindsight, I'm looking at the deck. We don't. Since I cut the revolve, I don't have a ton of. Oh, there we go. Okay, nice. Yeah, I mean, this just fills the board, right? So probably worth it. You don't get the Mogu on this one. I could coin a Mogu, of course, but there's, you know, no board space. Okay, wow, these are nice. Some life steal, some death rattle, good taunt. Stat wise, you know, a couple underperformers maybe, but maybe we push this to 5. Or we better off pushing this to 4. Probably 2 health isn't a lot. I think we do use this, by the way. Oh wow, that's a high roll. Okay, I'm gonna hold coin. I do think actually coin hero power has some logic, but remember the board is full, so using this now is not worth the trouble. But if they can't deal with that, that's crazy. I actually managed to roll. Oh, that's good. Everything's a 3-3. Man, I hate this humble blessing still after all this time. It's really gross. Am I gonna be able to deal 15 at all? We definitely don't have any AoE here, so. I mean, a lot of 4 health stuff here isn't really making that this good for them. They not have a hero power, or maybe they're gonna play some other awesome 3-mana play here. Something insane for 3. I mean, these handle that. Oh, that's pretty insane. Yeah, jeez. Good God, dude. Well, I'm infused, guys. Yay. I mean, we've got like battle rams that kill the 3/1s. Weirdly, these aren't that threatening on board anymore, but am I better off just going like Vosh convincing unstable, right? And just making or maybe just even Vosh unstables. I feel like I do need to kill the 3/1s or I might die. So maybe this is a Mogu turn instead. Feels like this kind of needs to be a Mogu turn, right? Okay. I mean, I guess we just use the... Well, yeah, I mean, Vosh I can go multiple times, right? So yeah, we'll just use convincing. I don't know, this isn't AoE though, so I could... No, I gotta do it, right? It's fine. It's just too big. It's not really my favorite role. Maybe I don't have to do it because they have hero power. By the way, I have to say, once again, I just... Like, okay, yesterday in Duels, right, we kept hitting people who just seemed to have the perfect ways to deny every play I made. And now that I'm playing an Evolve Shaman, what do I run into? A guy whose hero power has the perfect answer. This just kills everything, right? So just can't win. But that's what's so frustrating, right? Is we ran into a guy whose hero power is just the ultimate answer to any giant minion that you cheat out. That's what's so frustrating. Is like everybody I play, which, you know, this is not a common. We haven't seen this deck in weeks. As soon as I queue up an Evolved Shaman that needs to rely on that Tintin we cheated out, that needs our 8/8 to matter, it's like, oh hey, actually your opponent just has the perfect hero power, bro. Sorry, bro. Or, you know, I have an Ozomat that's just great at wiping your entire board. Like, sorry, bro. It's just been like, I cannot seem to get a good, you know, matchup pool. Like, everything just seems to hard counter me. Ooh, okay. I mean, I think Tome is the only thing here that really makes sense. On Holy Knight, we don't want. I did want to build like a cool Death Knight deck at some point, but not this one. Staking, I mean, we don't have Discover, so yeah. That's fine. The Revolve here is pretty cool. Don't really need these. I don't really need these. This is like, you know, we do have an elemental. I get it. It's there. I guess hexes and vexes it is, man. Hey Regis, just finished my week of teaching in Spain, and it's so good to see you live. Oh wow, dude, that sounds fun. Thanks. I'm gonna be boring compared to that. Super boring. Were you there for the end of the Vuelta a España? The tour of Spain? I believe it finished in Madrid on Sunday. Okay. Yeah. This works. Commander in the Knoll's good. Let's try this. Thankfully, at least this isn't the Druid hero power that removes giant stuff. Paladin not usually the best, but can be sneaky good on occasion. Don't steal a game, Scrolls, please. That's fine. Reckoning might be solid. Yeah, Misdirection could be good too. Could get us a lethal early. That'd be pretty sick. Alrighty. Bloom. We don't use the commander buff here yet. Obviously, we're gonna have this guy ready next turn, which is perfect. Hopefully they actually play something. It's always nice if you get an actual chance to do the null. Wow. This is honestly it's kind of annoying. I mean, I just don't want to spend mana on that yet, right? So all right, let's go here. Do we ever evolve first? No, I think we can save that for later, right? Let's just make this guy big for now. Okay, Yogg, unfortunately not the biggest guy. I don't coin the curse yet, do I? We'll just save it for later. It's fine. Let's just get some tempo here. Oh, God, dude. Okay, at least that didn't make a 6/6. God, though. Guys, I am just on a colossally bad streak, man. I'm just gonna have to retire for a week. I can't get any videos, man. Nothing is going my way. I was explaining this to the wife yesterday, like, you know, just it seems like I can't catch a break in games lately. You start to think, man, I've got to be doing something wrong. I don't feel like that's true, but you start to wonder, you know, God, am I doing something wrong here? we call retiring for a week vacation where I'm from. Yeah, the problem is in streaming world, if you go away for a week, you know, you throw yourself under the bus so hard. You really lose so much ground and momentum. Every day you're gone. Not as much on stream, I don't think, but on YouTube in particular, it's really, really hard to take vacations. There's nobody there to, you know, fill in the gaps or subsidize it for you, as there is in a real job. It's really tough. It's a big hit. This curse is gonna single-handedly farm me, but I can't give up any board yet. You know what I mean? Like, I have to keep contesting for board. So I think I'm sort of stuck here. You guys threatening at least, okay. Oh, that's a great roll. Wow. Okay. Actual fortunate event. Oh! 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 Ah! Good things are happening. I'm really worried now. What's gonna happen next? Oh my god. Good things are happening. Boy, oh boy. The turnaround. Oh my god. Do you guys need any more proof? Like, do Oh god, dude. At least he's dead. That's worth something, right? At least he's dead. So the seeds is weird because we're gonna be evolving out of it, right? Bubba's at least a wide board sometimes for evolve stuff. That's cool. We like wide boards, I think. Not in love with anything here. I mean, these are a couple wide board-ish cards, I guess, but not ideal. Yeah, the scrolls became, yeah, exactly right. This all the scrolls did is make his stuff bigger. We thought we were getting lucky, right? We thought like, oh my god, the turnaround, things are going my way finally. And in reality, he was just preemptively buffing his guy. It didn't actually matter. Like, come on, dude. Like, can I get a reality check? Like, am I just being whiny or is it real? You know what I mean? Like, I always worry like I'm misinterpreting the luck, but I feel like I just had such a bad streak. All right, I'm trying to be positive through it, you know. I'm not like tilted yet. I'm laughing it off, but it's becoming a just insane sequence here. I think this is good. This is nice that we get Goldshire Knoll in particular. Okay. Recycling's fine. I'm not worried about that. Double Paladin Secret's not usually what you're looking for, of course. Hidden Wisdom could be useful, I guess. I like the card draw for sure. Maker's all right. Maker's good. Let's just go for tempo though. Since we don't have the Knoll in hand, I think just playing the better stuff here makes sense. Yeah, okay. Beetle's nice. Armor gain's good against Mind Tether. Next turn's probably Wand Maker, maybe a Revolve, but you kind of like to play the Beetles. I don't know. Oh, okay, Beetle's dead, so probably no Revolve anyway, though. Earthquake, pretty stranded, unfortunately. Is this playable? Yeah, sure. Baker, pretty good against Priest. Yeah, let's try it. Let's try it. That might be nice. Can't believe how many people are playing Mind Tether lately, man. Even in an Awaken the Makers deck, it's still playing the Mind Tether. That's pretty nuts to me. This guy might die and deny me some Revolve value, but we have other targets, right? It's not like a huge loss. We'll hopefully find that play anyway. Rare. Okay. Oh. I see. Not that good of a prayer though. Yeah, that's not bad. Goldshire Knoll. Oh, dude, I can't value trade though. Shoot. Still worth it though, right? We just want to make a 10 drop, I think. Can do a swarm or two. All right. Oh, that's not very good. That's not very good either. Thirst got a little better, arguably. Man, I don't know. Evolve and Duels, guys. We've hit like a bunch of garbage. Yogs, Cthulhu. The old gods aren't exactly great evolve targets. I don't know. This seems destined to fail a little bit. Standard definitely seems to have a more consistent evolve package, I gotta say. Alrighty, that's good at least. Huh. How am I gonna deal enough damage though? Earthquake doesn't answer this. I mean, again, just big minions are a liability in this matchup. Again, you just can't seem to. Trying not to be tilted, but I'm obviously tilted. I mean, I just don't know. How much of these do I need to respect, right? It's so hard. It's such a pain to kill these. 5-drop usually gets, or 6-drop usually gets way better. But do I want to infuse? I think there's a chance my minions die. I don't know. Kind of stranded this bread baker too this turn, but it's okay. Hopefully we draw some cards soon. Hey, Dark Tales, dude. Been too long. Yeah, what's up, man? Thanks to 41 months. Holy crap. Welcome back. Okay, Muck Pools is interesting. So what are we at here? Infuse 3. It's actually a little bit painful to get to infuse 3 here. This adds a poison in my hand, which makes the bread baker a slightly higher play, like a slightly bigger heal. I weirdly think that might be worth it. I kind of just need a heal here, I think. I'm not infusing is the problem though, because, well, I could. Well, not anymore. Would have had to trade both of these first. I don't think that's right anyway, though. I think we're just chilling for now.
Here's another test. Here's another test.
Okay, so all right. I mean, we're at 15. That helped a little. I mean, if I can get a big convincing disguise here, I don't know. There's a chance. Ugh. That's kind of gross. Rush minions, really nice. Man, they hit a good set there, didn't they? Jeez. Convincing is at least ready to go, which is good. Oh, and I draw some cards. Nice, dude. The right after the bread baker, unfortunately, but I think we're still okay with that. So suddenly Tiny Toys into Convincing looks pretty intriguing. I put in a Muck Pool, or do I just kill the 5-1? Well, yeah, killing the 5-1 seems really, really useful. I'm kind of dying, but it's okay. Till we're dead, we're not dead, right? It's fine. It's fine. Hopefully this actually does something cool. I don't know, man. There's a lot of big minions here, so hopefully this does something cool. Alright, good taunt. Spell damage is pretty dang risky. I think I better get rid of that. That's also just gonna get much bigger on average. I need Rag Light Lord, baby, one time! Not a Rag Light Lord, but still pretty cool. Oh, with 2 taunts up, I'm wondering if actually the Void Fiends are a little bit more threatening, right? 3-4 can attack face, but only if they silence through the board, maybe. So is this enough to kill them on the backswing, right? We got, yeah, definitely 20, 34 or something. I don't know. Right now it's enough. They don't have any removal. Ah, okay. Yep, that'll do it. Didn't remove a lot of stuff on board though, which is nice. Vesely, oh, you poor sweet summer child. How did he lose that last game after getting 2 of his minions buffed for free? You sweet, sweet summer child. Oh, I feel bad, Vesely, you missed it. That just, all that did is feed my opponent's insatiable devourer, bro. I think should have kept the owl. No, that's better. Okay, cool. all they did is feed the devourer, man. That's it. All right. So 10-10 here's good. We're at 8 health only though. Oh my god, dude. It's just like just don't. I just don't understand, man. Like, why do they have Natalie Celine in their spell death rattle deck, you know? I just don't. I just do not. I just cannot catch one, man. Not one single break, dude, can be caught. I just don't know, man. I am so over it. I think I need to keep the muck pools, right? Like, making it 2-drop just doesn't matter, right? There's no way. Oh, okay. Like, this is fine. That's a reasonable card to see. Certainly. Why don't these have death rattles? Oh, that thing never died, I guess, huh? Oh, interesting. I think they wanted their death rattles to go off, but they just didn't yet. Yeah, it's not time yet. Probably need to earthquake here. I just don't really want to have to deal with like a hex hero power situation. 4 damage is too much, so. All right, so they're at a chill 35. They have like so few death rattles. This is really interesting. Whenever they have a bunch, they just do the other side of the deck, because clearly they're running like Vectis, Umbra. I mean, maybe you don't ever get Awaken the Makers in a bucket, do you? Because that seems like it had to be in the starter deck. Wow, just passed. Okay, yeah, I'll tempo a guy, sure. Void's gone, so I think this is so good we don't risk the evolve, right? This is really powerful. It's unlikely to be better on average. We got him on the ropes, boys. We're at 7 health. We can do it, boys. There's a reason they're 0-2. I don't believe you match people in duels based on wins. You match them based on games played. So they could be 2-0, for instance, for all we know. In Arena you do, but I think it's not that way in duels, as I recall. I don't know 100%, I guess, but that's how I remember it anyway. Four health, okay. Again, I think I wait. There might be a better play. They could be 0-2. I mean, obviously, I don't know. But I don't think it inherently means that. I mean, what they've taken 2 buckets, right? So can we like maybe pick out what their buckets are, for instance? Like, did they get Celine and we're just dead? Wow. Celine and Spellstone in a bucket, right? Like, is that together? That seems weird. I don't know. Excavated Evil probably came in a bucket, right? That doesn't seem like a card you'd get normally. Certainly some of the damage death rattles make sense. Yeah, I just didn't even have a chance in any of these games. It's just like the worst duels run. That may have been the worst duels run of all time. Like, what's weird is we actually made some really cool, powerful plays, I thought. You know, it's not like we just sat there and did nothing. It's not like the deck failed. It actually worked pretty well. We got some early 10 drops cheated out, right? It's just we low rolled everything. The opponents had perfect answers every time. It just didn't work, right? It's one of those where it just completely failed. man. Well, I guess I have time for another Duels run. I mean, that was a quick 52 minutes wasted, but I might actually make that a video. Did you guys find that amusingly unlucky enough to be a video? The worst Duels run of all time. The worst Duels run of all time. That might be its own video, honestly. All right, my wife literally said that yesterday. She said, like, can't you make a video about how awful it's been? And I was like, well, I guess, yeah. It seems like that's destiny, doesn't it? All right, what can I get to go my way? What is something that will just work? What can we make just work? Aggro Death Rattle Priest that just goes face? What hero power do you use? Elise's Might? What treasure do you use? Staff is not for aggro, right? Machete would almost be an aggro card. Worst Duels run so far, yeah. Just wait. Slate Death Rattle? That hasn't been good in a while, has it? Is there any new stuff that supports that? This is something I haven't seen work in a long time. I did kind of want to play a weapon deck. We could maybe do like Reno weapon stuff. Just smork with Reno. I have seen people playing like battle stance Reno stuff. I hate Torch though, right? Reno doesn't actually have a weapon based treasure, right? Because oh, he does have Crafty Lasso. I think Lillian would be better for that though. Yeah, Tanks. That's what I think you're right. I think that deck was actually pretty okay. We just hit 3 walls, you know, 3 just really unfavorable scenarios. We could try the Willow discard stuff again, I guess. He like tome tampering thing. I kind of want to do that, but not like the weird Azalina line. I sort of want to just make a good discard tome tampering deck. That's not, you know, I don't want Azalina Togwaggle. I just want like good big stuff for tome tampering, or maybe not even that big. Maybe just like, you know, just good cards and discard synergy stuff. Let's do a discard deck, guys. I don't know. This seems fine. Let's just do some good discard synergies, right? So we got Imp. We want like Zavas and Eggs. You know, I want things that are paying off the discards nicely. Tiny Knight could actually be pretty cool for tome tampering. Shadows, Golem, Jacklick. Yeah, that's a good little discard payoff, right? And then if I'm gonna run tampering, I want some like big stuff to complement this. Now, I think the question is, what big stuff can we run that is rewarding? So, you know, like a Tamsin, I'm sure, is rewarding. Things that draw cards too are rewarding. Maybe like a Ticketus, for instance, could be like if it's 1 mana, you know. It might not be that easy to corrupt though, for the record. We could run you know, a demon sort of side effect here. Quest. The only downside with Quest is it's just not very good. I realized how funny that was as I was saying it. I didn't explain the downside. I just said the downside is that it's not very good. I think it's not very good, and the reason it's not good is that the downside is it's you know, 5 mana to just kind of make some 3/2s is often too late to be impactful in duels, and not really grindy enough to serve as its own great win condition either. It's sort of in the middle. Stuff like Mutanus and Theatar are definitely growing on me. They seem like everybody is just so dependent on that stuff that you might have to. We could do our own Denathrius as well, right? We have big plays here. Since we're going to be tome tampering, I think, you know, punctuating the deck with a couple high-powered 10 mana cards makes a lot of sense. Or not necessarily 10 mana, but, you know, big stuff anyway. Big plays. Big plays. Yeah, we could do a demon copy on the imp, I guess. Yeah, we could do the same thing if we ran a Ticketus too. We do have some cheap demons though, so philosophy could get a little stuck maybe. Inspired Merchant is actually a kind of fun idea if you want to get like more Denathriuses and stuff, because we're not always gonna have like tome tampering plays. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Extra Denathrius. I do want to run a couple more big cards here. We don't need a ton, but just a couple. Just a couple. Yeah, it is sort of hard to infuse Denathrius if he's in the deck. That's true. I mean, you shuffle him in already infused, but it is true that he will stop being infused. I don't know. Maybe we could run reactive big stuff instead, like somebody said Mutanus. For instance, if you just ran ways to eat your opponent's stuff. I think Mutanus is, I don't know, on average, he's just not going to be that impactful, is my worry. I think we need to drive our own win conditions to at least some extent. Any reason we're running Togwaggle? Because we wanted to make a non-Togwaggle version of the deck, yes. And I also, I don't know, man, I've seen the Togwaggle thing work one time and not work about 7 times. So, I don't know, I'm just not sure it's any good. I've heard people say it's good, but I don't know if I buy it yet. But I also just don't want to play it that way with like a million card draw cards, and I want to play like real Hearthstone. Five-mana robot? I mean, I have Ticketus, which is kind of similar, but not exactly. I don't know, guys. I feel like I do want the Denathrius back. Everybody's looking at the worst case scenario, which is it's stuck in deck with tome tampering, but what about every other scenario, right? Is it still good? I think Onyxia is a good 10-drop payoff too for infuse. Also just good card, right? Pretty good suggestions. And I kind of like where this is at the moment. Nice mix of payoffs and activators for discards. Some big win condition cards. What's the final piece? I don't think it's quest line still. Personally, anyway. I think I'd rather have some kind of removal or Hannigal Dan's Outland, and not available, unfortunately. That would be great. Yeah, maybe Theatar's fine. I talked about Mutanus, but Theatar's kind of just better, right? Definitely the kind of deck that can sustain a Theatar. That's fine. I like this, guys. This looks okay. Let's try it and see. A non-Azalina Togwaggle tome tampering. Have you guys been seeing that? I mean, look, we tried the Azalina Togwaggle thing. I hated it. It didn't feel good to me. We've seen a couple other people play it against us. We lost to it one time, like from the actual Togwaggle scenario. and it was really close. Have you guys seen it working? Just double checking and seeing how commonly it's winning. So on hearthstonedecks.net, which is really the only good spot I can find with regular 12-win duels decks, the last one posted is August 31st. I don't know. I don't think it's that common. Doesn't seem to be certainly winning a lot. Yeah, let's just try the more straight up version here. I'm curious to see how this feels. All right. I just want something that's like got a reliable baseline. I need a stretch of luck to go my way, honestly. That's all. I just need something decent.
Willow versus Willow. I didn't want my
Just want something good.
This way. I know.
All I want is to win every game forever and have no problems, okay? Is that really so is that really so much to ask? I think we're gonna have a mirror match that's Azalina top Wagler. It's gonna be misery. It's just gonna be misery. Okay, I'll just keep some early game cards here. I don't know how hard we push for imp tampering plays or just kind of play it straight. I kind of like, well, I guess I don't really like knight on one here, do I? Don't have any payoff cards right now. Maybe keep, well, I mean, this is a payoff card. I guess I do, never mind. Killmox and Bone Web are good, so either of those is fine. Alrighty. Knight coin Bone Web might be worth it, honestly. Might be good. May luck be on your side this run. I need it, dude. They got 1,000,000 Decklists. I mean, those are definitely, I would say, kind of the least scary of the things that can happen. Yeah, let's just do this. We get 2 cards that are not good results out of the way too, which is nice. Yeah, Bone Web's cool. Okay. It's an Nathria's. That's really good for turn 4 at least. Couple good results in the pool there. And now we just have a good board advantage too. Now, if they are running the kind of like Azalina side of this one, they're going to have more removal cards, I think. Or no, I don't know. They have a lot of card draw cards too. I haven't looked at a list lately, but they certainly might have more reactive stuff in their deck, I think. Feels like a possibility anyway. Their hand is very large, so they may have a bunch of 1 mana Decklists soon. Yeah, there's some removal, right? That's what we're talking about. Surely they're going to be able to get a Decklist again, right? They just have, yeah, they did. They have 17 Decklists in hand, so. Next turn for me, I guess I'll get rid of the Onyxia, but if I do, it's one of those where I'll have wanted this to die by the time I get to turn 4, right? So, I don't know. A little bit interesting. A little bit of risk here, I guess, if this doesn't die in time. Okay, that's nice. Is a little bit of a swing, I guess. They're running philosophy though, so maybe I don't think I saw that in Azalina lists, right? That seems a little more unusual to me. I don't know. All right, just a standard Decklist. So here we can trade in our card, which is very nice. Yeah, this is perfect. I'm gonna trade this in, even though it's gonna die to the shadows. It doesn't matter. I just want to trade it in, right, to make sure I get the Onyxias in there. So just kind of throwing it away to realize the Onyxia value here. Alrighty, so we get a 3/3. We kill that. We hit face for 4. We can't play anything else here, so just chilling for now. Onyxia is nice. Killmox is great. Nathria's in hand is cool. It's gonna take a minute or 2, of course, but that's all right. Some cheap Onyxias is awesome. Yeah, that feels really, really good. All right, I'm up in the seat. I got hope. How can this go wrong is the question now. I'm sure there will be a way. A 1 mana 14/14 somehow won't be good enough. I'm sure of it. So there's their tampering turns. They have a lot of Decklists and some other unknown entities in there. Hopefully not a lot of like board clear here or anything. God, it's like you need to look at that. It shows you, but you can't keep track of it all, right? Really hard to keep an eye on it. Why is Killmox 1414? Because I just discarded a bunch of cards with Tome Tampering. Ooh, cheap Ticketus. I don't. Oh, I do have a way to corrupt actually, but do I want to, or do I just want to play another Onyxia here? Do we think this deck has well, here we can see actually. What did they, yeah, no like removal. Grimoire of Sacrifice, I guess, but that's not going to handle an 8/8 Onyxia very well, right? So I think we should probably just play Onyxia in this case. In other words, corrupting the Ticketus. I mean, I can corrupt the Ticketus right now and just delete their deck. We know there's no... We know that there's no... Azalina Togwaggle discarded, so... Can I beat all that stuff in hand? They could be in hand, but they'd be full cost, right?
Running out of time.
Huh. I don't know if this is worth it or not, but I kind of like it. Sadly, this is the only good way to corrupt, though, so it's not perfect. But I'm still making an 8/8, right? It's not like I'm not adjusting to the board here at all. Not sure what we're burning or how much value it has, but they're in fatigue, which is nice. Yeah, they also have what appears to be more of a kind of standard-ish looking list. Like it's not... I don't, you know, I didn't see Azalina Togwaggle stuff or a ton of card draw, right? It seemed to be just more of a straight-up list. It's like a Tamsin. If so, you're taking 1 billion damage, yeah. Wow, okay, okay. Actual Hearthstone game! I want a Hearthstone game! Yes! I'm so excited! It's perfect! Huh. Okay. This is intriguing, isn't it? Extra legendaries in hand is honestly kind of interesting for Tome Tampering, but I don't really play that many until later. Same thing for presence, right? Like I do think like post tampering, playing some 1-mana legendaries and discounting other legendaries to 0 is pretty cool. Like you can just dump a bunch of your legendaries all at once. I do have a couple mid-game-ish legendaries too with Jeklik and Theatar, which isn't bad. So like, and Zavas too, I could play just to like tempo out and get something else cheap. So that's kind of intriguing. Cannibalism, I don't think pays off enough. We do have some early pressure, but we're not like consistently doing that. Yeah, presence with Jeklik is cool too. Like a lot of Jeklik chains. Yeah, I think, well, okay, in that case, do we value the like phase shifting value upside more from Jeklik, or do we value the tempo from presence more? Is the mana worth more or the resources worth more? I think we can win a resource advantage in most cases, right? Because like infinite Jekliks, you know, if it comes down to an attrition resource battle, I don't think cards in hand are going to help me because I will die to fatigue before I can fully express like a full hand of highly costed legendaries. Anyway, because our hero power will be drawing us so much, right? We'll be cycling through so many cards that I don't think having extra stuff in hand will help. I don't think phase shifting will create enough long-term upside. So therefore, we should go for Inspiring Presence to make sure we can win quickly enough that we don't thereby run out of cards or resources. Yeah, I think Presence is the choice. I think that one's absolutely right. Okay. So legendaries now, by the way, have upside to us more than normal. Which there are 2 here. I mean, they are not my favorites, obviously. Morrigan's okay, I guess. I mean, you know, again, they're all discounting stuff by 2, so they're kind of like they cost 2 less. It's kind of like a 2/4 drops in a way. I definitely don't really care about these dragons too much, and I don't care about these very much. So I think this is the pick. It's just not not great, probably. It's a little too death rattly, right? We're gonna end up getting mummy magic, which isn't especially useful to us. That's it. I'm gonna be right back, guys. I gotta take a pee break. I won a game, and I'm gonna go celebrate with a nice pee. But I'll be right back for real. Give me 1 minute. Regis, more like Peegis. God, you guys are insane. What's wrong with all of you? Sound like crazy people. Okay, so we won a duels game. That's the first time in weeks. Weeks, I tell you. Absolutely weeks. Guys, give me 1 second. I may have a weird sound effect here. No, I don't. Okay, cool. Alrighty. Malklur's Imp early is definitely a keep, I think. And Boneweb is definitely a keep as well. I do love the notion of a Ticketus in our Tome Tampering, so maybe I can also keep a Ticketus here. We don't need Ren. But I really do want to find a Tome Tampering. I know keeping 3 cards is not necessarily the best way to do that, but it's okay. What do we discard here if I don't hit the 2-drop? It's not, I mean, maybe coin, maybe, I don't know, let's see. I might end up getting rid of Ticketus, but I think coin is for now a little better. We don't really need the coin that desperately. Is the summon a copy of a legendary passive still in duels? If it is, it's ultra rare now. I think we did actually see it fairly recently, so I think it is in the ultra rare pool still. The term you're looking for is discs of legend, I think, right? Yeah, nice. Cool, looks good. I don't really want to use the imp until we get mummy magic or mummy magic. Tome tampering. These alliterative assignments, alliterative aliases. These alliterative aliases are decidedly difficult. These alliterative aliases are decidedly difficult. Did you guys know? All right, so that's an imp, which actually I think could be a good call here. Let's just copy this imp. This is also just outcasted right now, which is nice, but this basically lets me accelerate my draw a little more here. Are we gonna have hand size problems? Yes, but it's okay. I mean, I don't know. It's not okay if I burn Tome Tampering, I guess. Is it? I take that back. Maybe it's not okay. I forgot I was getting 2 back. It's a whoopsie. I thought I was gonna be fine. Okay. That's no biggie. That's no biggie. All right. Yeah, this is okay for now. Need to hit this Boneweb really hard, man. Is Theatar really? I don't know, man. I feel like Onyxia is just too late, right? Without a tampering in hand right now, it's just too late. And we can, I don't know, we can sort it out later. Okay, that's fine. We need to start playing these legendaries, probably just chain together some discounts. Maybe we open with a Decklists this turn. Just sitting on this really fat hand right now. Doesn't feel like Theatar time yet. So, okay. Tampering, where are you, buddy? That's good. Suffocating Shadows, man. Wait, are we discounting Imp? Or, yeah, wow. How did I know it was going to be Imp? It was still playable. That's weird. Boneweb, finally, nice. Excellent work, okay. Ooh, Denathrius too with stuff on board. What perfect timing. Alrighty, so with so much mana now and a free imp, Tome Tampering really just becomes insane, right? Because I will have at least, like next turn, I'd have 2 spare mana to play some legendaries, and those will discount future legendaries, which means I might just be able to pop off a chain of like 5 legendaries or something if I wanted to, right? Well, that guy's good. Okay. Alrighty. Nathria is gonna be at 7. Please hit the tampering, man. I only have 4 cards left. Come on. Come on. Hit the tampering, bro. Nice. Here we go. All right. Very insane hand suddenly. Sadly, we don't have Morrigan stuff. Well, I don't. Oh, I'm burning too many things here. Good God, I drew all the wrong stuff. Jeez. All right. Burned the one card I cared about, I think. Jeez. Drew a bunch of garbage. These Decklists are actually kind of a risk. I don't know, man. I'm in some ways regretting the Decklists a little bit here. So let's just play a bunch of cheap legendaries here, hopefully. That's gonna be the dream. I need to play the Killmox for sure. He's a legendary, right? He counts, I think. I'm 97% sure he counts. Yeah, indeed. Is it Theater time yet?
Running out of time.
Let's Theater. There's some garbage here to give them, I guess. Oregon Infused seems pretty scary against my board. Let's give them a full cost Morrigan, I guess. It's fine. All right, so that's a monster turn. I mean, it really didn't even go as well as it could have, I don't think. We didn't get a Denathrius back. We burned Ticketus, which sucked. That was tough. We can now get to an in-game state, though, where I have, like, pseudo-infinite Decklists right at some point, so. They're just gonna die. 16, 18. Oregon's a little awkward here. Denathrius lethal. Can I do anything with Tamsin here to create more damage pressure through Denathrius? Also, just discarding does damage as well. This gets buffed. I say 1921. Denathrius actually is just lethal now. He's just lethal. Doesn't have to die. It's one off lethal. I don't know how to count. Really? Oh, okay. Told you. I told you. I needed a. Hello? Oh, hey, it's working. I don't know what just happened, guys. So many of you are saying, like, I waved at you guys, acknowledging that that it was muted. I thought, and somebody would be like, he doesn't know. He doesn't know. When did that happen? Was it during the game or after the game? I'm really curious because there was a weird pop-up on Duels too, but those shouldn't even be related. I don't even know. After? Okay, weird. It just, no, I don't know. I didn't like kick anything. It's just some software thingy. I don't know. I just went and reset all the mic stuff and it worked fine. You've been muted all stream. That's amusing. That's funny. You can type in chat? No. I can type in my own Twitch chat? What? I don't know what treasure to take here, guys. Yeah, this is my first time streaming. Wow. Prove it. I banned myself years ago. I think the mana here is probably useful. I'm obviously a bit worried about our hand sizes, but I think it's okay. If we can get some legendaries cheated out early and just start inspiring presence stuff, I think we'll be okay. Okay, nothing too good there, nothing too good here. Some discard technically, but I like Tamsin as a cheap legendary. Rin is weirdly okay, and Ectomancy, honestly, with Killmox is probably better than we'd think at first glance. Oh, Alpha Squid, thanks for the sub. Yes, that's nice, dude. Appreciate it. Sorry I missed it there doing all the technical difficulties. right, so 2-0, guys. This is even though I missed a lethal, still pretty good. I mean, I didn't miss it. It worked. I was saying, I think I had in my brain added the number to Killmox. I think I had bumped him up by 1 from the discard, but then didn't hit the discard button. I just played Xanathrius too quick. Yeah, these are both totally fine discard targets, so we'll start here. We're looking for, of course, Tome Tampering Imp as well. Zava's another good discard payoff, though. Okay, so we can't really go wrong with this hand. Even Morrigan, we could totally throw away and be completely fine. This card, dude, this card, man. Oh, God. This card. There are some payoffs in our deck, right? Like, I'd be totally fine with hitting an Onyxia or something, I think. Tempo first here. Although, I don't know, Zava's getting big is honestly pretty legit for the discount chains on the legendaries. I don't know that it's good enough yet, but do we want to go for the double Killmox? Ooh, Killmox is actually our cheapest demon right now. Nice. This is good timing on this. Really cool. Already getting them buffed a ton. And coin, I guess we'll get rid of coin, but I'm not thrilled about any. I mean, I guess I don't really need a Belcher, do I? I think I prefer coin to Belcher, honestly. Yeah, the Belcher's not really supposed to be in the deck. That's just kind of a freebie bonus there. Hey, long shot. Thanks for the 4 months, man. That's really nice. Can someone explain why there's Morrigan in the deck? It's just because Duels is being Duels. There's no other reason. I wish I had a better answer for you than that, but that's just the reality here. I guess I take some more Killmoxes, man. They're definitely not bad cards. I think it's fine. I mean, hand size wise, we are getting pretty full. We're gonna go to 8. If they kill this, we will go to 10 for Killmoxes. Maybe I'm better off just playing a Zavas here then and just taking some tempo on the presence. Like, yeah, Zavas isn't big, but it's free, basically. Getting that investment back for later can be pretty nice. And this way I may be a little bit less stressed about hand size. Wow. That is a monster dude that I forgot existed, honestly. I mean, Suffocating Shadows is pretty insane if I can hit it. I'm going to go ahead and maybe coin this turn. I don't know, though. If I go for Shadows manually played, I'm kind of wasting some mana here. Maybe not. We'll just snipe the Shadows here. No big deal. Not a Shadow Snipe, but still a good card for sure. Nice that we still interact well through the can't be targeted on this one. Theatar seems like it could be very good in this matchup. I probably want to get that down pretty soon too, actually, because they may have awesome big things that are already notably discounted that I want to steal. Or maybe just whatever this is. Kartut. Yeah, Kartut's not my favorite steal, but it's probably not terrible either. Let's just see what's in there, because there could easily be a Denathrius or something, right? No, but Hadronox seems like they care about that a lot, so... yeah, I need the other things. We'll give them a coin. That's totally fine. Totally fine. And here, Killmox is cool. Do we feel like we need to kill this at all? Not really, right? Let's create some face pressure. Might be favorable math for us if they can't quite kill that guy off. Who knows? Alrighty, so hand is full. We got a Hadronox, which we did lose our Sludge Belcher, but we do have some Rins and stuff. And Decklists too, I guess, right? So we know there are some ways to interact with that positively. They're getting some coin usage here. That sucks. Naturalized to burn cards. Wow. Thankfully, neither Tamsin or Ectomancy are particularly... Oh, actually, no. We're burning Onyxia. That's a little sadder, I guess. That makes me a tad more sad. A tad more sad. Now this is not hitting our Killmoxes. They're both... This actually sniped the... Sniped the discount there. That's pretty wild. I would kind of hope this hits something playable like Tiny Knight or something, right? Hit the Hadronox again. Okay. I mean, my problem right now is, right, when I discard... I guess it's okay. Discarding this actually burns cards. Let's just get rid of Morrigan. She's pretty garbage, right? Find Apocalypse. No, let's wait. Okay, so they're healing back up, so this becomes more of a contention of board than game. Really sad that this trade is so easy for them, but it's okay. We have more. We have a lot of threat here. We're not too invested. Okay, so Rin soon would be cool for Hadronox, I guess. Same for Jeklik. Oh, they're just gonna fangs it. Okay. Seemed like that trade was so tidy. I'd be hesitant to pass that up personally, but hey, you do you. This is a very good card to get. Alrighty. Tamper me, baby. Tamper me, baby. We need some power plays. Ticketus would be welcome, I think, always. These Jacklicks, dude, they kind of screw you, honestly. They kind of suck. Rin is good, though. Denathrius is certainly good to see. Ticketus is good to see as well. Okay. So we'll have to save the Ticketus. Oh, those were pretty good burns, I would argue. I think I'm pretty pumped about those burns. Should I have played this guy first in hindsight? Sort of taking a peek at it now and thinking I should have. That's okay, though. We can still play him now, no problem. Yeah, Jack looks good. Alrighty. Oh my god, dude. Is Jack look good in hindsight? I don't know, man. Get a one drop. Get a one playable one mana card. Okay, so we got a big board, but I'm in fatigue. I do have a lot of life steal, though. I don't know about this, man. I don't know about all this. I have a ton of life steal, so that's good. I also have Rins, which I guess can normalize the deck imbalance here. A little worst case. Takes forever, though. So Ticketus, it would be better, but not quite normalizing yet, right? I played the Hadronox earlier just to try to farm a discount. Also, I just don't think it's likely to die, so I'm thinking I'll probably be able to protect it behind more taunts before we kill it off. In fact, it's sometimes better to get it down so you can start damaging it. Although, I guess I'm wrong. Insatiable Devourer is insane. So I just get the one Rin. That's sad. 17 damage Devourer. Actually, a little bit of a pain to deal with. How big are these getting? Oh, never mind. Take that back. I take it right back. I am wrong. They are not hard to deal with. Scratch that. Scratch that indeed. They are quite chill to deal with. I mean, Druid's just not... Wow. Double Devourer in deck. Denathrius gone. Phelan gone. I was gonna say, like... Is it right to just play this guy? I think it's kind of overkill though, right? Basically, I mean, they don't have more Devourers, do they? I'm saying, like, surely this is enough. Should have maybe put this here in hindsight for another Devourer. If they have 4 Insatiable Devourers in their deck though, like, screw me, right? I mean, just absolutely screw me. They deserve to win. Okay, is that enough to stall me out of a victory here? Surely not, with the 20 damage over there and the Denathrius in hand. Although, man, the math on this is actually pretty unfortunate. It's a rush minion again too. I mean, surely with Denathrius it's enough. I'm overthinking this again, right? Just a billion. Cool. This deck's really cool, guys. Really cool. Like, dude, these giant kill boxes are actually insane. That is one of the most impressive looking boards I've ever seen, I think. That's really cool. All right. Huh. So we're not surprised by Mummy Magic. We knew we were putting in just enough death rattles to really make it care about Mummy Magic. Now, that said, I don't think it's very good, right? Because, like, Bone Web Egg, we're not actually playing. Expired Merchant, we don't really care. You know, Belcher, Morrigan, okay, whatever. Rin, like, okay, whatever. I'm actually kind of looking at Vigor, because we keep running out of cards, and Vigor means I don't run out of cards. The risk with Vigor is if I'm gonna play, like, you know, Zavas's and Tiny Knights and stuff, I'm putting, like, mediocre cards in my deck. But I think eventually, right, we will put so many good ones in that we don't really care that much. I think we take Vigor and we just be really careful about playing garbage early before we get a Tome Tampering in hand, basically. I think this is the move. Weirdly, this is one of the kind of best Vigor fits I've seen before. Usually Vigor doesn't fit our decks very well, but another imp is pretty chill. I mean, a Niru in theory is fine. He's I mean, Scavenger's going to be pretty impossible to activate with Vigor, to be fair, but it's 6/6 taunts, not the end of the world. Compared to the rest of these packages in particular, I think it's better. But Niru, honestly, too, remember, he's a legendary, so just discounts something when played. That's fine. Again, it's weird. We immediately get 2 empty deck cards right after taking Vigor. Is a 3-mana 5/5 effectively a good play? Because I don't hate this either, right? I am a little nervous how this deals damage to me, but we've seen we have a lot of life gain off the kill moxes. So maybe that's not as risky, right? And the Spellstone, of course, shores that up a little bit itself as well. It might actually be nice to have some cards that aren't minions to play so that I don't have to ruin my elixir pool. I kind of like In Control better. These both just being empty deck, it's going to be so hard to interact with. Yeah, I think that's actually smarter. Glad I held there. Glad I revisited that, because otherwise we might have been messed up with some bad dudes. Okay, this deck's coming together pretty cool, guys. I gotta say. Pretty cool. Actually won 3 straight Duels games. It seemed impossible. All right, Shadows early. I think I'll actually keep a Denathrius. I think we otherwise pretty much hard mulligan for Tome Tampering and Imp. Merchant Denathrius is pretty cool too. Wow. It does kind of show our hand to the opponent, and I guess it kind of risks like a Tortollan shell removal that saps it, but I'm probably willing to take that risk. I wonder if I need to prioritize this Hellfire though, because of like an early swarm board here from Ronald. Oh, recycling is a little bit more defensive. Interesting. That's not what I expected to see. I'm gonna dump the Spellstone just in case we get swarmed. And Merchant again, I think offers some pretty cool upside theoretically, right? Theoretically. I think Denathrius will stay infused on any given. I think the card like transforms, so I think Denathrius will be fine on both tamperings and otherwise. I really need Bone Web here. Nice. We're just gonna lose the board too hard if we don't get it. Philosophy hits nothing, so let's wait on that. Might be a good discard target. This is that kind of early swarm I was talking about, right? Where we might need that Hellfire to react to a crazy board, and it seems like indeed that's happening here. That's hard to kill, unfortunately, that 3/4. Suffocating Shadows could, I guess. Belcher is not it, right? Ugh. Let's go ahead and do this first, just to make sure we have a better pool here for our discard. I am committing mana, so it means I can't really do much else, but Hopefully that's okay. Man, if I could get these Denathriuses down to like 6 mana with discounts, that would be a dream, but that seems hard or nigh on impossible, in fact. Just getting to 10 mana in time. So, you know, a top deck Tome Tampering would be a dream here. Trade in the Merchant, top deck Tome Tampering, and shuffle 2 1-mana Denathrii into the deck, which then, of course, yeah, he stayed infused as we suspected. I think I actually need to just keep making stuff. So unfortunately, for the sake of our Tome Tampering here and our vigor, we're gonna have to. I mean, I never really get to 10, right? I'm gonna try. I just don't know if Hellfire does enough. The shapes are a little weird. Maybe I get rid of 1 Denathrius. I was really not expecting to get double Denathrius. I wanted to drop either of these. I mean, Tome ideally was my drop. I guess I'll dump 1 Denathrius. Hellfire I might really need. Oh, Killmox is very good as well. Okay. Hate we had to put garbage into the deck, right? That's always tough. This is an 8/8 already. That's not bad. Oh, they are trading a little. That's good news sometimes. Oh yeah, good sequencing here too for us. Nice. Hopefully they actually have to hit it. Less good sequencing. But here you can see the Hellfire perhaps making more of an impact. I think we have to Hellfire over Belcher because this is just too punishing otherwise. So Hero Power Hellfire is fine. If I get a Tome Tampering, do I play that instead? No, because we don't have the dude anymore, right? Yeah. So Hellfire, Hero Power. Yeah, we can dump Killmox. That's fine. Does show the Killmox? Ooh, man, a top deck imp right now. Well, if it were, I thought we had 2 1-mana imps, but it's not showing one in the deck. I do have some 3-mana imps in the deck, I'm guessing, but that might be too expensive. I might just have to try to get by for a Belcher turn here and then ride into the Killmox, right? Oh, that is really, really gross, though. Wow. Suffocating Shadows. So Tome Tampering here. This Hero Power doesn't work on an empty hand, right? Does anybody remember if this works on an empty hand? Oh God. I don't know. I'm gonna just play Belcher and hit the Suffocating Shadows and snipe the Bloodsail, I think. It doesn't work on an empty hand, I think. So I'm gonna try to do it this way. It's not empty. Oh, I will have a Killmox. Oh, you're right. It won't be empty. It won't be empty. You're right. I'll have Killmox. I think I go for it then, yeah. I might snipe the 10-7 anyway, and I can Hero Power into something here. I think this is better. Snipe the 10-7, please. That's step number 1. Please snipe the 10-7. Ah! Denathrius? No, I got a 6-drop. I'm just dead. Oh! Dang it, dude. If we'd sniped this, we might have been dead anyway, right? But sure would have felt a lot more likely. Oh, I don't think we would have been dead. Oh, it's a hard 50-50 to lose, man. That's a really tough 50-50 to lose. Oh, God, I even had really good draws, too. Could have got the Belcher back. Could have got Killmox back, right? There's some insane draws. Wow, Dream Grove is sort of nutty for our deck. But I wonder if I'm better off with some of these removal cards. Thames and Shadows was the play? I do kind of like that. Yeah, but I don't know. I wanted to make the like game-winning move, right? As opposed to the I'm barely hanging on move. So I thought if we played for the big swing, we had the game-winning move. But I don't know. I feel like Belcher was just too risky against any removal, right? I do like the Tamsin move a little better than the Belcher move. I would have been closer to the Tamsin move than the Belcher move, I think. But I still like the big swing play. I don't know, definitely fair to revisit that though. So getting to kill Mox this game and move. Yeah, I know. I'm saying I thought my play was more likely to get me to the kill Mox. I mean, obviously you want to get to the kill Mox. That's not the that's not the debate. I'm saying that like the Belcher move was just too risky to any removal card, right? Because if I go Belcher Hero Power, I don't always hit Suffocating Shadows. So I'm saying that Belcher Hero Power, which was what my initial line was, that is not, in my mind, more likely to get me to the kill Mox than the play I made, right? I'm saying I think we have a higher chance of stabilizing by drawing into some really cheap, awesome stuff a large portion of the time, while also potentially sniping, guaranteed, you know, getting a minion to die. Whereas the Belcher play is less likely to kill a minion because you don't often hit Suffocating Shadows of Hero Power, but the full discard always hits the Suffocating Shadows. Now, that said, I do think I like the Tamsin line better. I think the Tamsin line does have a higher likelihood of stabilizing you compared to the Belcher line. So I'm saying I think that was probably better, but I don't like the Belcher line was not better. I don't think. I mean, God knows, but I don't think the Belcher line is better. But I do think the Tamsin Shadows line is pretty cool. Because two shadows would have fully cleared safely, whereas Belcher is more at risk to removal, right? Or a bounce or whatever. So anyway, what do you guys like here? Nobody in chat said they liked the Tamsin play until they saw the result. Yeah, I don't know if that's true or not. Somebody might have, but that's often the case. Yeah. You guys like staff? Yeah, it's true that I'm not worried about the damage from Book of the Dead so much. We're not really concerned with doing damage. It does have Tamsin upside, but that's pretty slim in a 28 card deck already. I'm not super thoughtful about Tamsin synergies quite yet. Yeah, Ring does seem disastrous. Yeah. I think I kind of like staff better personally. I think a little bit more reliable. You know, better at answering larger, scarier things. I'm kind of cool with staff. I think Ring is just too unnecessarily greedy for us. We don't really need that. Oh, this is a cool little discard package. Sure. We'll take that. I don't hate a Jiraxis, honestly. I don't hate Twisting Nether either, honestly. Shadowlight Scholar is pretty useless, but these are both pretty big payoffs. But I think these are fine. Yeah, true. You do have to time the book well with Tamsin, because once it goes to 0, it doesn't work anymore. Yeah, that's true. That's a good counterpoint. For the Tamsin evangelists in chat, yeah. Yeah, no, I like the Tamsin line better last game, guys. I think that's right. I think that was a higher likelihood to get you to kill Mox. I was sold that the Belcher play was wrong, but I was not looking at the Tamsin play. I like that. Okay, Tiny Knight early. I mean, I think I keep a Staff of Scales just to have an emergency card, right? Tiny Knight, though, we're not really looking to do anything with Tiny Knight. Like, yeah, it might get a little bigger, but who cares? Playing the minions early hurts our Vigor plays, which I don't really want. So as long as I can avoid playing minions, I will. We're getting less and less likely to hit Tome Tampering as this run goes on, which I think is going to make us less and less likely to win. You know? Whoa, double Vigor decks. This is cool. That's not what I expected to see, but that's awesome. Imp, I don't really want to put in yet either, technically. Honestly, I'm going to go ahead and ditch the Tamsin, I think. Well, do we ever think we need AoE here? They have Vigor, which to me does not read an AoE deck. But at the same time, like Onyxia, I mean, Onyxia is good if I get Tome Tampering, but pretty terrible every other scenario. It just takes forever to do anything with Onyxia. I do want to keep the coin. Maybe Tamsin just to have more card draw is fine. I'm gonna ditch the Onyxia. Yeah, if I get Tome Tampering, I'm gonna regret it, but otherwise we'll be happy. I'm not gonna play for the 1 out of 24. Yeah, Relics certainly makes more sense. If I put down an imp, I can get an imp back, obviously off the vigor, but the thing is, I don't really want to. Good God, man. Mind Apocalypse? Okay, it's scary because I have so many cards always, but seems all right. We don't want that, do we? Like to draw a bunch? No, not yet. Ticketus is definitely a better payoff card for tampering, but I don't really feel like I'm making any exciting plays yet. Oh, God. Okay, well, we're just burning our tampering, I bet. That's the way my games have been going. I'm confident. Need to maybe coin something here. Oh, they burned a Phantasm. Oh, Rin is a totally fine burn. That's no risk at all. I don't care about Rin. Get out of here, Rin. I really do not want to put Tiny Knight of Evils in the deck, right? Maybe I'll just open with a coin here, weirdly. Just to get a better selection here. Theatar is fun. Okay. Let's do a Theatar. We'll take any good relic card, actually. This gets us a nice discount, too. We might be able to chain, but putting 3-mana 3/3 Theatars in the deck is totally fine when we get to take the Zymox from our opponent. Yeah, we don't need Solarium, so that's fine. Okay, I don't really want to put Tiny Knights in just yet, so let's hang tight. It should be okay. Zymox gone. Hyper Blaster, we don't care too much about. That's fine for now. We'll get through that eventually, is the hope. Can I get a Tome Tampering? You know, honestly, Zymox to draw 2 for me is not crazy. I mean, I might infuse this too, though. We might get him infused at some point. If I don't play a card first and I hit Zavas, I risk burning cards. But I'm not going to take Zavas. I'll just dump something else if I get Zavas, right? That's fine. I really need to find... I actually literally got Zavas, yeah. I'll just dump the Tiny Knight here in that case. Again, I don't want to burn a card, so... Ugh, sucks. Ugh. I just do not want to shuffle stuff in, right? I have nothing that I'm excited to shuffle in. I just don't want to decrease my odds of finding Tome Tampering, but at the same time, I gotta play something. I'm gonna burn the Tome Tampering anyway. It just doesn't feel very good to me. Maybe it should always be Zavas, honestly, instead of the Golem. Just because the Zavas discounts something at least. Oh, gross. Oh man, that's not cool. Not really that scary, I guess, either, for the record, but not cool, man. Unchill. I mean, it's fine. We don't really need a Tamsin at this stage, obviously. It's okay. Belcher just to stall for a minute. I'm just... The problem is, right, my deck is just getting worse and worse, I think. Just not making any big good plays here anytime soon. That's the problem. We don't have any Killmox, we don't have any Thanathrius, we don't have any Tome Tampering. So all of our like best plays just aren't here. Okay, that's a good Staff of Scales, I guess. I was kind of hoping to get like a double relic board for it, but it seems like that may just be necessary to deal with now. Wow, taking the Solarium with only 2 mana left. That's interesting. Days off. Can I do anything cool with Fellfire though? Because these are gonna be left at 2 each. Sure would be nice if I could trust a Fellfire here, but I just can't leave 14 damage out. It's not gonna work. Oh, they discard the Zymox and the Theatar. Oh my god, what a baller move. I think I kind of have to go Malcazar's here soon, guys. We're just running out of time. I got to start making better plays, man. It's just not, you know, it's just not coming together. It sucks that I'm getting basically terrible cards, but Just gotta make some plays, dude. Another Malcazar's, sure. Merchant's kind of cool, I guess. I think we're just fully tidying up here, right? Not getting fancy or anything. Trying to win the board back a little. Where is our tampering? So Zymox is ready. He draws 2 now that are a little bit discounted. That's probably going to be worth it at some point. Do I want to take the expired merchant Zymox, I think is the question. Oh boy, they have a 3rd Zymox. Wow. That's cool, dude. You love to see it. How do you get a 3rd Zymox, man? Oh, they got Vigor, I guess. So maybe it's from Vigor. Was it 3 mana? I didn't even notice that. I guess maybe the other 2 were from Vigor, huh? No, they hadn't played one yet. They're not from Vigor. That's the first one they've played, right? They're not from Vigor. How do you get that Zymox, man? I think I'm just dead, dude. The extra Loth up here just kills me, right? There's no way. Zymox doesn't keep me alive. Jacklick doesn't keep me alive, right? Any like Jacklick chains I can do with hero powers that maybe keep me alive here? Sure doesn't seem like it, does it? This is too much mana to start. Discount Jacklick. Oh. We're dead. Hit Belcher. Oh yeah, of course it hits. It's this. Great, thank you. All right. Yeah, so those were all natural Zymoxes, weren't they? Because they hadn't played one, so there was no Vigor Zymox. Man, what a baller. It's a tough game. I don't know that we had it. Just that hand just didn't really go anywhere. Maybe I can't respect the Vigor as much as I did, you know? Seems like it might have some sneaky utility with some of our legendaries and stuff. Sure, we have a lot of minions too, so make a bunch of Nathria or something. Okay, that sucks. This is pretty bad. I like Breadbaker Moarg, I guess. These are big cards that pay off big hands and big tome tamperings. All right. So, all right, that went from amazing to garbage in 2 seconds. I think we could have won that Lillian game, though, so I'm a little sad to lose that one. I think that was a winnable game.
The League of Explorers cannot fail.
All right, Theatar early is not bad, I guess. Solarium we probably don't want. I think we keep Theatar and otherwise look for Tome Tampering. It feels like Tampering is just so vital to us taking the win. I think Killmox is good too, though. Killmox can definitely give us a little bit of stabilization, but he's much better with Tome Tampering. There's no question about that. Maybe we'll hit a philosophy for him too. Oh my god. Okay. Do I take the Jacklick here? I'm gonna be really sad if I get offered these 3 exactly. I mean, I guess I'll dump Ren in that case, but yeah, I think we take Jacklick then. Well, actually, the Jacklick we're finding out is a little bit of a risk with the Tome Tampering, isn't it? Because they come back and they don't give you as many of the ones off the top. Now, that said, we don't have a Malcazar Zimp, so maybe we actually want that. Maybe we want the Jacklick resources left in hand post Tome Tampering, because we're not going to be reloading our hand unless we hit Imp. So yeah, I think it's actually better, yeah. If we get an Imp, I will be very sad about this, right? But if we don't get an Imp, then I think we're going to be happy. And in fact, I think we're going next turn. I think we just go. We get a bunch of Jacklicks and a Killmox back. We can start playing the Jacklicks and they start discounting the hand completely, so we just swing super hard. Killmox is really big. I think this is the move. Honestly, Zavas is also insane. Yeah. This is insane. We get rid of coin. We don't need a coin. Yeah, I'll just hero power after, right? That's fine. Okay. So it's cool to be able to do that and not lose all of our cards. That's great. So 1,000,000 Jacklicks. all of this stuff is basically, yeah, sure. I don't know, why not? All this is gonna be free very soon at this rate, right? Play a Decklick next turn. Maybe we get a Zavas. Maybe I go Zavas and hope to hit a Decklick to go with it as the opposed the other way around. Because then I could hero power if all else fails, right? Snap to get more cubes. Yeah, dude, that would be great. If only. You got double wins if you snapped in duels. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, well, I mean, the odds of us hitting a Decklick are pretty dang high, right? So I think I'll just try to hit a Decklick here. Oh, yeah, that's pretty garbage. They are making a monster turn here, man. Good God, they only have 3 or 4 mana. Look at this turn. God, it just won't stop. Good Lord. All right, I better hit a Decklick here. I'm gonna be ticked. Nice, okay. Because the Decklick allows me to carry a chain to the next set of Decklicks, right? And I start cycling these discounts really nicely here. I am putting, you know, I would argue pretty bad minions into the deck on average, but it's okay. We're trying to play off the hand here mostly, I think. Okay. So yeah, hopefully they don't have another turn like that last one. My God, dude, that was brutal. Just absolutely monster swings. Ooh, Onyxias are nice. Let's start discounting these, right? That's good. Hero power first, probably. No, we want to play a Decklick first. Otherwise, hand is weird, right? Okay. Unfortunately, did not hit a Decklick. That's really annoying and sad. I'm discarding 7. Decklick puts me to 9. Yeah, okay, this is fine. Yeah. Really sad that I didn't hit a Decklick there, man. I just lose an entire minion cycle that way. Oh, this one's 3 at least. Okay, yeah, man, not hitting a Decklick's tough. Even a Silverware Golem I could have wove in too. Or a Bellwright. There's a lot of fails there, unfortunately. I feel like that's really gonna put me behind a lot too. I mean, the 6-3 is contested, which is great, but still not discounting this hand as much as we'd like, you know? This guy's so big, we'd probably take him just to swing safely here. I mean, he is going to continue getting bigger, but if this whiffs, I can play a Silverware Golem at the very least. I don't know. It's like, do you want to swing now or swing later? Okay, that was a good hit. Nice. Decklick all day. 8 cards in hand. So I hit a Decklick here again. We're just only gonna have. I have no other cards. I'm burning everything except Decklicks. And I just have my deck is just. I have like 14 Decklicks in hand, and at this stage I think my deck is basically all Decklicks. Now they can't get offered 3 Decklicks here, right? So they're actually pretty likely to take like a Killmox, for instance. I might be losing my Killmox here. I think I'm pretty sad I didn't play it now. The greed I was trying to farm the stats off of there may end up hurting me. Yep, it's gone. That's really, really sad. It's kind of impossible for me to kill too. I think that's just gonna be game over, honestly. I mean, I have my own Theatars, right? Didn't I? Yeah, did I even put some Theatars in the deck even? Now that I say that, I think maybe we might have a chance. Ugh, that's sad to lose too. Oh, true. His is small. That's right. Oh, yeah. His is small. That's right. It's an aura. It's not. Yeah, okay. So we're probably okay. That actually is true. That gives me a lot of confidence, doesn't it? Yeah. That's nice. This is so stupid. It's just Jack looks all the way down. I just have 1 million Decklists, dude. I keep burning cards, but maybe it's time to just play more stuff. Let's actually just Wave of Apathy now that I say that. That's fine. I know it probably has some value later too, but okay, this is a 2-mana Decklist, so this is a great one to copy actually. If we can start getting, ooh, that's good to see too. Okay, nice. Let's go ahead and hit this while it's small. So that helps us a little. Okay, dude, in some ways this is my dream. I'm only sad that I don't have my headset on and I can't hear Hyreek, grant me wings. That's the only thing I miss here. Hyreek, grant me wings. So Denathrius gives me a great wing condition. I'm so glad I grabbed this because, you know, I can play Decklists all day and just stabilize all day, but until I play something big like Denathrius, I'm probably not winning the game. And I'm, of course, at risk of dying to, like, some burst damage combos, so I don't have forever either. Okay, another non-Jeklik entity is pretty cool here. Okay, I want to save the cheap Jeklik, so at one state, they're all that's left, I think. I just want a lot of Jekliks later. Oh, 0-mana Decklists are maybe even better, yeah. Okay. I just kill the big guy or just start going face? I think I just start going face, right? 42 Decklists in my deck. I think I legit might have like 20 or 25. I don't know. Let's try to hit some 0-mana Decklists now to copy, right? Okay, nice. That's very good. We can play a 0-mana Decklists, right? Now that there's some in hand, I guess. I don't know about this game plan, man. I don't know, guys. Wow. Hard counter, dude. Actually wrecked. Absolutely murdered against all Decklists. That's sad. Nathrius is getting bigger though, at least. We're doing something at least. I mean, I think we're gonna have the lifesteal coming back. I'm not so worried about that. Do I take a clear turn here? Just stabilize a little. Kind of sucks, but maybe. I don't know, man. I really wish I was hero powering in that case. Like, is this gonna be better on Nixia? I don't have mana, man. I mean, I can try to with some Decklists if I want, but I was kind of hoping to keep more of the 0-mana ones in hand for a while, if that makes sense, and farm those for a minute or two. I'm gonna do this for now. I don't know. I don't know, man. I actually thought that was. How did I not hit that? No, Decklists, come on. I actually thought that was playable, even though I knew the other one wasn't. I don't know. Just ignore me. Just ignore me, I guess. Don't pay attention to me. Okay, some non-Decklists in the deck. Is this a risk or not? I think it's fine. Okay. So next turn on Nixia probably feels great. I actually legit thought, oh, am I just dead? Are you kidding me, dude? They got Malagos in their buckets, man. This is so stupid. Malagos is banned, and you can't get it normally. This is so insane. Man, that's so stupid. What a fun, awesome game. Just ruined again by silly combo damage. Over the top combo damage. Like, this game was so fun, dude. This run was really fun. Ugh, so frustrating. Nobody wants to play Minions or Hearthstone anymore. Everybody just wants to just ignore everything you do and just kill you. Yeah, they got both a Twig and a Malygos in their deck. Yeah, 2 banned cards. God, that was such a fun run too. Just absolutely stolen away. I'm sad we lost that rogue game. We would have had another chance to keep it rolling. But I think the problem is the same inevitability always exists. It's like I said one turn ago, right? Like, they're going to kill me soon, you know? Ugh. It's just really hard to have satisfying off-meta things. I'm just so frustrated by duels lately. I don't know. We had one good 2 or 3 day stretch, and then it's just combo after that. Just ignore you and hit you in the face, whether it's Torch or Moonfires or whatever else. It's just really frustrating. Like, the most fun game ever. I could have sat there and played those Decklists for literal years, right? It would have been so much fun, but instead, it's just more combos. Yeah, it's no sauce. Thanks, man. No, GG, dude. Yeah, good win. I'm tilted about it. It's not your fault, though. You're just playing the decks they made. Don't feel personally responsible, but just a lot of combo. A lot of combo. All right. We're going back to standard, as you can see. I've been trying to get some good games of this Thief Priest deck, but it just doesn't. I don't know, man. I've been having trouble with it. I feel like it's not winning. I'm not sure if I'm doing something wrong or we're just hitting some bad variants, but I don't feel like I'm winning a lot with this deck. I think we want to keep cathedrals if we find them. I think we want to find some like Scorpid style plays. Like, we want some stuff to do early. This is probably an Enrage Warrior or maybe a Rogue, of course. Could just be Rogue. But
I see you've brought guests.
it's a Rogue. All right, I don't really know how to beat Rogue with this deck either, though. So it's still going to be a fun little adventure here to see how this goes. This might be a fellow Thief deck. There are some more like greedy-ish Thief Rogues out there. There are obviously some more tempo-oriented Rogues as well. We'll have to see which one this proves to be. Given that they're a warrior, I think they'll have definitely some thievery, but how much of it is miracle thievery versus greedy thievery, that remains. Holy Smite, I think, is definitely the most efficient removal here either way. Yeah, exactly. There's some burglary stuff that could be happening. That's a little burglary. Yeah. Okay. This one could be fun. Who's the better thief? Tyrella or some rogue? I don't know. I wish we had a better name for Thief Priest than Thief Priest, you know? It's true that this is actually more of a thief deck than any other, because you can actually steal stuff with Harvester of Envy. It should almost be called like Harvester Priest, or, you know, traditionally like Copy Priest, because it's more about copying resources than anything else. Yeah, I don't know. I definitely need card draw on this deck, so I'll probably take the switcheroo. The fact that it's so cheap is nice too. And at the moment doesn't really lend well to it because our hand's a little full, but ultimately I think that'll be the most valuable. Envy Priest, that's a good name actually. That's actually a really good name. Harvester of Envy, and you're envious of your opponent's stuff. I think that's a pretty tight name. That would be a good moniker indeed. Alrighty, that's a good Holy Smite target, it seems. We don't need to go too crazy fast in this particular matchup, I don't think. Maybe we use Bone Spike here then, just to start emptying the hand a little more and weave in a hero power. Since this will be 0. Get us a little here. Oh, actually, I've got a hand size problem. Shoot, I gotta learn to count, man. I gotta learn to count. Oh, crap. Well, crap. I guess I'm throwing away a coin. I don't know. It's fine. Whatever. We don't really need it anyway. could throw away a Desperate Prayer, but I think with Xyrella in hand, it's too important. I think we might want to use that. Currently not a lot of damage taken, of course, but later that's a good pair to have in the pocket there. Hey, face damage, what do you know? Blood in the Water being hard run. I haven't seen that in a bit. Is this a Reno deck? Do we think they could be a Reno list? Do I want to Bran Theatar this one later? I don't know, maybe sooner rather than later. Couple cards chilling up there. I could give them like some Shadow Word Ruins that aren't particularly impactful. Desperate Prayer. I'm not sure if they're gonna have Denathrius. I'm not sure if they're gonna have you know, maybe a Scabs, maybe a Abatoa. They got some big 10 mana stuff now, maybe, who knows. Let's do an Identity Theft first to get a little bit more of a read on what we're dealing with, right? Okay, so those are spells. Those kind of suck, but I think I'll take an Infestation off these at least. That's gonna have some reactive utility. And then, okay. Contraband Stash for us is gonna be decent probably, right? We've already got a couple of decent cards. I mean, sure. Okay. I don't know. Theatar, we know there's 3 bad cards already that I don't care about. Another randomly thiefed card. I don't think we do that. I think I throw this away. Actually. Okay. Weird game, right? Weird game. They've got a lot of like not that useful stuff. Now we do know they have a Bloodlust, so I need to be mindful of any particularly wide boards getting out of hand, which, you know, again, Xyrella, Ruin, there's a good answers there across the board. A Murazond here is kind of cool. I got a 5/5 just to trade into that. I don't think I want to be too greedy with my Murazons, right? Just having a hero power is nice as well. Hopefully we don't hit our own face with this or anything, but should be fine. Could actually even value trade it if I wanted to. Oh, nice. Maybe we'll just value trade it. I think that's intriguing. Create a little friction, maybe. Oh, crap. 10 cards again. Okay, Xyrella, get out of here. We got Gift of the Naru anyway for you now. Get wrecked. Okay, that's another good Contraband. Oh, no, that doesn't go in Contraband Stash. Never mind. This guy looks really cool, though, in golden. Cute little tiger shark. Is it Quest Priest without Quest? Well, I don't know if you can be a Quest Priest without Quest, but no, it's a Thief Priest, which is basically a Control Priest. But yes, it does not have Quest. That's right. Okay. Bone Spike again. Wasn't that there in their deck just a minute ago? Am I crazy? Didn't we see that in deck? Maybe there was another one. I don't remember. You tank 8 here to protect a 4/1 or not? I'd just go face for 4, right? I don't take 8. They do take 8. Wow. I respect. That actually is a pretty bold play. Mad respect, sir. Don't love my removal options here, right? Just kind of, yeah. I guess if I go Holy Smite Infestation, I should be left with a 3/1, right? Is that how that works? I think. You get debuffed, right? Oh, it doesn't. It doesn't resolve first. Oh, man. Well, that's sad. It's kind of fine just to get that in the pool anyway. Huh. So this is another one of those, like, now it's a simultaneous, you know, we had this argument with somebody on stream the other day about like how death rattles resolve, and I don't know if this is consistent or inconsistent, I don't remember, but there's all these different scenarios where like that buffs, because like this resolved, these attacks resolved simultaneously, but what was that other card where they didn't resolve simultaneously? I can't remember. I don't remember how this goes. So this is like an Infestation, which doesn't do anything. We got like a heart that spell, which doesn't really do anything. Man, it might be time to Theatar just for lack of any better play. What am I giving up here? Gift. Maybe a Zyrella, since I have removal. Maybe a Ruin. I don't know. The problem is we know there's a lot of garbage up here, right? Do I play Cathedral first just because I'm going to not want to give it up? Probably, right? I doubt there's anything I want to play immediately off this, so... I mean, I guess I can choose not to give it up, but it gives me more good choices later. Okay, so we'll take Tess for sure. And we'll give them a... I mean, I guess Gift of the Naru is on average the least useful. I do have that Zyrella, so that's a little bit weaker. Oh, we'll take Convoke the Spirit, sure, yeah. And we'll give them a... Probably a Ruin is the thing I'm least likely to play into. Weirdly, I might actually play into it a little bit right now, but not too badly, I guess. Okay with losing a Theatar to a Shadowward Ruin, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so we got some insane plays here. Convoke is great, and then Convoke into the Tess is great as well, typically. It's a little risky, of course, sometimes, but often pretty great. Pretty great. So I would say, what, solid B Theatar there? Maybe B+. I don't know, we didn't get like a Denathrius, for instance, so maybe there's some risk there, but I think still pretty happy on average. This is a fine time to Convoke, by the way, I think. Hand's not too crazy full, so we're not too at risk of like burning a bunch of cards. I mean, I guess it's pretty full, but it's not going to get emptier later, I don't think, so it's fine. Let's just see. Hopefully we get a nice board out of this. Seaweed Strike's a great start. Nightshade Bud is sometimes okay. Sure. Yeah, that's great. It's 6/5. Cool. Oh, again. Wow, we're getting a lot of mana here, but maybe not. Oh, okay. Another big board build. That's not bad. Oh, we actually draw a beast. Cool. Oh, sick. Shame that's not playable. We're gonna burn a card, but I think for 3, 6 attack dudes, that's not too crazy. Identity Theft, if this Harvester sticks, could be a cool play, but oh, of course, I gave him the Ruin. Oh my god, no, it's not that cool. Dang it. Convoke, no, I just gave him the Ruin. Convoke, no, that was just waiting to go badly the whole time, wasn't it? I didn't even realize. I was just doomed to fail. That's pretty funny. Is Tess worth it already? I'd say probably. Again, we do have some hand size risks, of course, with Convoke, but let's just try to build another monster board off Tess. A pretty good chance we build a good board again. I don't know what all we're getting, but I got some attack at least. Oh, this is a good board already, yeah. Ramp? Okay, good, not draw. Draw's bad. Ramp is also bad, but it doesn't kill me. Oh, interesting. I got Nourish after alignment? Are you kidding me? Are you actually joking right now? I got Nourish post alignment. That is an actual ripoff, dude. This person just got actually ripped off. I guess we just make a big dude now, right? And just say they can't kill all this, probably. I mean, honestly, Zyrella is just a bigger threat on board, so probably worth more, right? I don't know what's the right buff target here. It doesn't really matter, probably. Oh, I forgot alignment's not symmetrical anymore, guys. I literally forgot. It's not symmetrical. So I don't even know if this is good or bad for me in hindsight. I forgot alignment's not symmetrical. Oh my god, dude. No. No! Okay. What do they have? They don't really have that much good stuff in their stash yet, do they? Another mass polymorph. Oh, Infestation's insane. Of course they do. What a baller move. They're gonna polymorph all these though, usually, right? Not always, I guess, depending on how many cards they've played. Ruin doesn't do anything. Oh, they got the polymorph. Okay. Now, I do potentially have my own Infestation here off stash, right? So maybe I should do that. I mean, I think alignment is still good for me, right? Because on average, my cards are like, well, I don't know. Most of my big stuff, I mean, a lot of it was like 8 mana, so it probably is still good for me overall. Let's try to start with a stash here. I mean, I guess the Nether Drake is pretty clean as well if I want to try that.
Guide my hand.
Might be a little hard to pass up a Nether Drake here. That goes to 2, so not perfect for the Deliverance, but we might just use Deliverance anyway, just to clean it up. Yeah, I'm probably better off just doing this straight up. I think we just develop some stuff here. Right, while that thing's active and everything. Don't need to get greedy on that, I suspect. Let's develop some 4/4s here. Call the Grave seems less good with alignment, but still probably my favorite. We've already played Zyrella, so the healing seems less vital. Might wait a bit on that so that alignment catches us up, but it's okay. I will say alignment's worse for like identity theft, right? Because they're gonna have expensive cards I then maybe can't deal with as easily. Wrap again into, I guess, Colossal Guy? Yeah. They're playing for a big swing turn here. We can deal with any of this with like Whirlpool or whatever. That's fine. Oh, gross. Big damage there. Oh. Yeah, I guess not really. Two damage to face. I don't know what I mean by big damage there. Actually, this is probably a good clean the scene. I don't think they're likely to have any extra stuff here for Ashara, right? So this seems okay. Maybe we open with identity theft. It's a pretty good read on their hand, actually. Scabs seems weirdly, I kind of think I like the Wicked Stab better. They're at 19. Scabs puts them effectively at 24. I mean, I guess Scabs is just another awesome removal card. The problem is I can't play it for another 4 turns. Am I gonna be able to win this game long? I don't honestly know. If I go for Scabs, Contraband Stash is gonna play Priest cards, which actually might be worse. Bloodlust could also be a lethal finisher for me, but it's just gonna be really hard to line that up anytime soon. I don't know. I'm just gonna go for card quality there, but ultimately I'm not convinced it's actually all that great. Gonna wait. I don't think this is the right target to buff because you don't really care about the attack value much. Okay. There's their Scabs. Okay, so I do burn a card here, unfortunately, now. Kind of sad. Maybe I should have taken that Holy Nova. Not really threatened by these 4/2, so I wasn't really thinking about it a lot, but it is pretty tidy. Would have taken most of my turn is the only downside. What do I burn here that matters? Anything? Not really. Holmes, I guess, could be nice later to make sure we get enough value, but honestly not very important. Seems wrong for a Whirlpool, right? Scorpion at 3 also feels a little weird, though. Any good 4-mana Death Rattles that work out nicely here? Probably not yet.
Yes, but how?
Infestation in this would be decent. Was there anything else that's really good here? Korak would be pretty good, actually, yeah. Sheep would be okay here, too. Let's just go here. I don't think we want to save this for post-Scabs. I think it gets worse, so it might actually be kind of useful to play it now. Particularly if we hit Infestation, which I don't know what's left, but... Oh, Convoke is left, of course. It's going to be a crazy swing here, maybe. More Growth is really nice. We love minions. Mark of the Wild is good. Can't target stealth stuff, so it's going to hit mine. This might take a minute, though, unfortunately. Oh, Miracle Growth's bad. It's not good at all. I mean, the minion's good, I guess. They did play Scabs already, so. There's Infestation, but I lost all my stuff. Alright. Whatever. Can't really play anything. Yes, I know I burned a card there, but I had to make the board space if I wanted to empty another card. So I guess it's kind of a wash, wasn't it? If I get a 1/2 ends, it's not a wash, but maybe not the biggest payoff. Ah, okay, cool. That was enough. Wow. We just kept building threats and threats and threats, and they just kept having good answers. And then finally, kind of a backbreaker there. That's good. That was a cool game. Are we a druid, rogue, or priest? I don't know, man. We got a lot of freaking druid value. I'll say that. Jeez. Alrighty. Oh. Guys, I don't know if I have time. I honestly, I just can't do it. I just don't want to do it. I mean, it might have been a rogue, but I don't want to play a priest mirror. I don't have time. I got about 30 minutes and I need like 1 or 2 more good games. And I know that a priest mirror is just going to take me 45 minutes. So I just gotta say no. Just say no.
For Doomhammer.
A just cause is always worth fighting for.
Alrighty. Okay, we love Cathedral. School teacher seems good. Another Drake against Shaman. If it's a control Shaman, I don't think that's going to matter a ton. But Shaman does tend to have a lot of little chippy stuff. Do I keep a gift to activate the Nedrick? Sure. Sure.
I see you've brought large.
You think priest players are bothered by how many people concede when they see them? No. I think you're happy. I think you're happy. I don't think people mind getting free victories personally. That's my guess. Schooling. Okay, here we go. Okay, more of all these stuff. Sure. I think we have a good hand for this. Gonna hold coin for now. One thing I don't answer well at the moment is a big, like, tin drop. School teacher can fix that sometimes, so we'll see. Dude, I like locations. I was pretty skeptical about locations. I will eat crow on that one. I think they're pretty cool. I love having a card that I can play and spin mana on and I know that it's gonna work. You know? It's nice knowing it's just going to be there for you. Obviously, there are ways to counter it technically, of course, but most of the time, you just kind of know it's gonna work. And I think that feels really good. Very happy to have that. Prayer. Oh, Light It Burns actually is just good now. Let's just do that. I was gonna say prayer gives us Zyrella to clear that, but why wait, right? Let's just do it now. Yeah, let's split these out. If they take that trade, it's okay. Or they have another Piranha, right? Maybe I go big here on that then. I don't know. It's fine. I'm hoping for locations that are like iconic, neutral, maybe legendaries from potentially the next core set. Yeah, that'd be cool. Like really famous locations in World of Warcraft. So like Orgrimmar or Stormwind, or even if it's more narrow than that, like the Orgrimmar auction house or something, you know, whatever it is. Or even, you know, like the World Tree or what are some, I don't know. I'm sure there's a million good examples, but yeah, I could see that. That'd be fun. Seems like a pretty solid Zyrella. Goldshire Inn would be a good one. Oh my god. It's like gold, it's the Goldshire Inn, and it says like God, I'm trying to think of it. I don't know. I'm just gonna bail out of this one. If you know the Goldshire Inn, you know why I'm bailing out of this, but It would have to do something spicy. I don't know. That's all I'll say. Something spicy. All right, another Jake here is cool. We'll just heal up, I think. Protect our Zyrella a bit. Let's go ahead and put the stats here too. Nice. Yeah, some unsolicited whispers indeed, yeah. He would be like, give your opponent an unsolicited card. I don't even know. This is a dangerous precedent we're treading here. All right, so clean the scene actually is perfect here that it's not infused. This is like a dreamy answer. Can't believe how perfect this is. Actually insane. And yeah, I think again we'll just hold here, not looking to do anything fancy. When infusing cards works. So Mutanus soon. Brand Mutanus could be really good if they have, obviously, the Nathria style plays they're building towards. I think that's something we'll look for. Next turn's probably like Identity Theft, the Mysterious Visitor. See if we can't do some Envy stuff the turn after. Could do Brand Visitor if we think it's cool, but usually that doesn't pay off too well. A lot of schooling, okay. So they're gonna clear here, but not really the strongest turn, I would argue. Just kind of leaving behind some little baby boys. I mean, there's 6 damage, there's nothing to scoff at, but do we like clean the scene again? I think let's start here. There may be good answers to this. Oh, okay. The Nathria is in hand as we suspected. All right. I don't think it's ready. Oh my god. Okay, they also run Kael'thas. Wow, what a baller, dude. Maybe we just take their Denathrius now. You know, I've got Mutanus brand stuff later, but also just could do this now. In fact, yeah, let's go Visitor as well. Let's get a little bit more bored here. All right, I think we have a pretty good odd to snipe this, so I'm gonna try. It's 50-50 basically. Yeah, nice. I don't really need the Envy at this stage, right? They're not gonna use it, are they? Well, they have a Theatar. I mean, I don't need the gift either, I guess. The gift, if they play it, heals me anyway, so maybe that's fine. All right, so this is nice. I think we just buff here, right? We don't get too fancy with shards or anything yet. I think we're at risk of dying at 36. They can't even play their Denathrius yet. So we have their Denathrius, so I don't have to really brand Mutanus it anymore. We need to dodge their Theatar. Now, their Theatar was in deck, so could have actually harvested Theatar to turn later, I guess. Kind of hoping to win sooner than that, but maybe we'll regret it. I don't know. Not impossible. If we find the other Mysterious Visitor, I can actually already brand Denathrius, which is pretty cool. I don't think I get fancy on these, do I? They don't really need to be that big. Still kind of want to do this later too. Maybe I'll get Theatar again here and we can just do that again.
Don't keep your thoughts to yourself.
We don't. I'm sad. Yeah, I'm just gonna take the Denathrius. I think we don't need to be greedy on these. They're not even ours. Just use them to start swinging the game a little harder. Make a big 10-10 rate. Wait too long and they might get Theatar'd back, so again, that's, you know, I think they've drawn 2 cards since we saw the Theatar in deck, right? So it's kind of a 2 out of 25 at this stage. Yeah, I mean, next turn I'll just go Brand Mutanus if nothing else, because we can still eat the big infused guys, right? Those are scary. Oh, that's a Guardian. That's not so scary. Thought that's out of hand if anything. We'll try to eat a big infused guy. Now, we didn't see one of those in hand, so we may not have a lot of great targets here. Actually, this is from GIF. What is this from? What is that icon? That's a spell. Yeah, there is some risk that this doesn't really hit a lot. Maybe I just Denathrius again so we avoid their Denathrius, right? I think that's fine. Or avoid their Theatar, I think. I mean, if they were to play a big guy, I have Shard. And a big infused guy. Oh, that living is sad. Insatiable Devourer is what I'm trying to say. I could also just steal it with Najak, arguably. I don't have a way to like silence the Najak, but that could be cool. They're gonna freeze again. We know there's a Macaw in hand, right? Oh, actually just gonna go Primordial Wave. Okay, that's fine too. I don't really need the Denathrius themselves. The lifesteal is not that important, right? Oh, cool. All right, I don't have any exciting plays. I can Harvester Gorlock to take their Gorlock. I don't think this is the right time to brand Mutanus, is it? I mean, maybe they're just waiting to find the infuse necessary to get their Devourer. So maybe it is. You know, like maybe it's okay to play it now. Just kind of empty their hand. It's not like I have a lot else to do, and there's not like I need anything out of this. So maybe it's fine. The taunt here is still theoretically protecting me a little bit. For Bran and Face and everything else, right? Maybe it's time. Let's just see what we get. I don't know. We may whiff completely, but might get something cool too. Oh, Bolmir's all right. Okay. Seems important. And oh, Bran. Oh, okay. So we just got all their Battle Cry synergy guys. Okay. So maybe not a home run there, but I think reasonable enough. I'm also just kind of removing all the potential later Theatar threats for myself, right? Like there's just nothing now that they take that's that interesting. Maybe this guy, and that's about it. So just kind of removing payoffs for them along the way so that there's no like back-breaking steals or anything that can happen here. Muck pools their guy. Is that it? Shard here is a lot of damage, right? Oh, Primordial Wave changes that though. Oh. Not really. It's still a lot of damage. Oh my god. All right, what is this? 17 and 7 is oh, are they gonna kill this actually? No. 16, 21, 22, 31. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Yeah, that was cool. Okay. Good thievery, team. Good thieving was achieved. Okay, I actually got a couple cool games of that deck. It took us a few days. I'm going to take a quick break, guys. I'm going to come back. I got about, I don't know, another 30 minutes or so. So I actually want to try something else. We'll build a deck real quick, and then we'll play that for a little bit. But I'll be right back. I haven't added my newest art to that reel. I need to do that. I forgot to do that. That's something I got to do every time. Forget every new expansion. I got to do it. Okay, so I lied. I'm actually gonna play this deck from Ike. I don't really want to spend a ton of time making a deck right now. And this was a archetype I still haven't played. This entire standard expansion that I can remember, at least. It's a Secret Mage by Ike. This is a few days old, but Ike said he called it a meta breaker. I don't know about that. I don't believe that, but it's basically a, I think I would almost call it an aggro mage more than a secret mage in a lot of ways. Like it obviously has secrets that are being utilized quite effectively, but they're more about developing tempo and giving you stuff to do than, well, I don't know if aggro mage is the right word, but more of it's like a tempo deck, right? It's trying to be a little bit more minion forward, aggressive, has some damage follow up, over the top damage, right, with fireballs and stuff. So it's not running Orion. It's like I kind of want to take this and just remove a Scuttlebutt Ghoul and put in an Orion so that I can put Orion in the thumbnail. Do you think Ike would be angry? Would Ike be mad? Ike says, somebody asked, no Orion? And Ike said, I tried. So apparently Orion is not good in the deck. I want to be clear. You should have a second Scuttlebutt Ghoul according to Ike, but I'm going to do it anyway. So this is... this is by Ike now. It's like it's in quotations because you know everybody knows if you change one card, it's now your deck list. It doesn't belong to the previous creator. All you have to do is change one card. But I don't think putting the Orion in will break the deck too much for our purposes. Certainly, I'm sure if you're trying to climb as rapidly as possible, maybe the Orion will be worse. But for the sake of the YouTube thumbnail, I'm gonna put in Orion, and we'll make him work. We'll make it good enough. Yeah, if it loses, it's his fault. If it wins, I'm a genius. Yep, I like that. Yeah, inspired by Ike is a good framing. So mulligans wise, I think we don't actually really look for secrets in the secret deck. I think you're really looking for your early tempo cards. I'm sure you want Slither Spear into informant secret stuff. Is Kirin Mage in standard? I get so confused with duels these days. I get so confused with duels. Kirin Mage is not in standard, right? It's probably not that good anymore anyway. Kirin Mage is 1 mana more than Anonymous Informant, but it doesn't gain health, right? I think health is so important. Probably keeps it from being great. Rinnathal, okay. This deck has a ton of multicaster plays, right? You've got Arcane, Fire, Frost. That's the normal amount. I don't know why. Ike wrote multicaster can hit up to 5 draws. What? How do you get up to 5? I guess discovering spells? Oh, from another class. Oh, Sketchy Stranger can hit what from Hunter? Isn't Hunter all Frost Fire anyway? Does Rogue have shadows? Orion's in hand. Holy for Paladin, yeah, and then Shadow for Rogue, maybe. That's probably what it is. For some reason, I thought all the Rogue ones were non-typed. But I guess I don't know that. Double Cross is not typed, right? Kidnap is not typed, and Sticky Situation is not typed. What's that? They're not. None of them are typed. The spider one's not. It's not typed either. Paladin doesn't have any shadows right now, right? Paladin only had Oh My Yogg. Hunter secrets are only Frost or Fire, right? Yeah. Only Frost or Fire. Oh My Yogg is Shadow, yes, but it's not in the game. That's what I said. Snake Trap's not nature, no. I don't know. No 3-1. That would be nice maybe to protect this Orion. We'll still play Orion here, I think. It would be nice to put it behind a counter spell, but I think this is fine. We'll try it. I don't know what the 5th spell type he's talking about is. Mage can get a shadow spell maybe still? Is there any shadow spells left in Mage? For discovery purposes, I mean? They used to have some.
What a delicious party!
I can't figure it out. I don't know. Does anybody have the answer? Yeah, Visage isn't Shadow. The 7-mana spell is Shadow. Well, it used to be, right? Mask of Cthulhu, but again, that's not in the game anymore. We keep listing cards that aren't in the game, I'm afraid. Okay. I don't know, it's the other way around. Obviously, ignore me. Flurry might be nice, honestly, just to stall things out a little here. Think of what we hit. We're just taking a heaping of damage already. That's pretty good hits. Okay, this feels like they're gonna activate it accidentally, I think. We think he was wrong. It's 4, not 5. Yeah, maybe. I feel like there's got to be something we're not seeing. I don't know. All right, Orion. Yes, yes. Barrier's gonna go off, right? They're ignoring minions. We're gonna get barrier to face. Yeah, barrier's going off. Okay, yes. Orion is actually MVP. Yes. What did I get here? Oh, explosive runes could be good-ish later. Okay. Scuttlebutt Ghoul's nice. We need some defensive plays here. Yeah, that's great. Ping is good too here, so that's fine. We don't need resources yet. Just doing our thing right now. I guess we probably kill the 5/4. It trades really well, but these taunts are going to be awesome to force the Oasis ally potentially here. This looks great. This looks awesome. Soon we're gonna have to start punching. We need to start turning the corner. We don't have the damage in hand yet though, so I'm gonna have to spend a little bit more mana potentially drawing into that. Oh, runes is so good here, and Orion continues to grow. He's an actual all-star, and now counterspell. Are you kidding me, dude? This guy is insane. How could you not have Orion in the deck? He's the best card in the history of Hearthstone, I think. Oh my god, dude. Siphon mana. Okay. I think I'm just gonna Igwin and go face, honestly, man. I don't know, dude. We still have a lot of ways to just completely shut them down on board and with secrets up. I think we just turn the corner here. Just hit really hard, right? They try to play minions, sorry, bro. If you try to play spells, sorry, bro. It's like hero card could be good for sure, but that's maybe it. I don't know. Dude, Orion is actually insane. Like, unbelievable. They, in hindsight, probably would have been better off hitting into that Oasis ally sooner, just to like be able to navigate things better, but you can't blame them, right? They were trying to deny me upside. They didn't know Orion was going to be crazy punish. And they didn't know I was going to hit taunt minions, all these things that changed all those interactions, basically. I can see why Scuttlebutt Ghoul's good, by the way, to force the Oasis ally. Like, I can see why 2 of these would be better than an Orion in some cases, but at the same time, Orion is just awesome. I don't know. Seems like such a high-powered play. Altamore's really good. Wow. He himself dies, but still gives you a ton of, well, not a ton of interactions. I guess it's not that good. You get the Rat King back, but you gotta be scared to attack. They're just scared to attack. It doesn't matter. They can clean up both of these, but then I can just attack Ping for lethal, so it didn't really matter. Dude, Orion, actually the best card in Hearthstone. People are sleeping on him. What's the best possible first game? I can't imagine a better scenario. Oh, dude. That is great. What a funny game. Who doesn't put Orion in this deck, man? Obviously, one game is just a meme. We don't know if he's any good, but it's pretty funny.
Jaina versus Maiev.
None can escape my fury. All I ever wanted was to study.
Alrighty. Yeah, I think Informant's great, but we look for higher tempo plays otherwise, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure.
I see you brought guests.
Best deck Regis ever created, the one that I didn't create. didn't make it, but thank you. That's still nice of you to say. I think since, well, no, runes is worth it, right? Runes is fine. What am I doing? Forgot that was the secret, to be honest. Runes is good against rogue. Now spell coiler's active, which is nice. I like the one ignite in here is just like Ike is basically saying, listen, some decks are hard to beat, right? Some decks are tough. So I'm gonna run an ignite just to have some sort of infinite value generator, basically. Make sure I have what I need against any given deck. Card draw seems very useful to us. There are a lot of minions in this deck, but I just need resources right now. Our hand is all damage and no follow, like no setup. No good stuff. 12-2 with Brand's Epic Egg with Flora's Lava and Hagatha's Embrace. Ooh, that sounds fun. All right, a little bit of resources here, maybe. Ooh, First Flame is like the smart person's pick, so I'm gonna take Pyroblast. You know, obviously First Flame is like the safe, board-based, cheap, efficient play. So we're gonna take Pyroblast. I think it'll be fine. Cheap Fellrattler is really good, man. Super reactive. So what have I played so far? I've played Ignite. I've played Explosive Runes, so that's both fire. I just played a Runed Orb, so that's arcane. I think 2 is enough anyway, right? No frost yet is the missing piece, but I think 2 is okay. I just want to get a body down basically here. I think the 3/4 alone has some notable upsides. Slither Spear is probably better to hide behind a taunt. I think throwing it into a 3/3 to die here is pretty silly. Also, of course, I could just play it and buff it simultaneously, so there's that side of it as well. All right, so Siphon mana needs to line up. I probably could have considered that more last turn with the with the trade, but or no, I don't have a trade there. What am I saying? That's one damage. Silly goose. Oh, Whispers of the Deep. Wow, that's cool. It's pretty spicy. I'm not quite ready to turn the corner and go face here, unfortunately. Oasis Ally, I think, is our high roll. Put this at 2 at all. It goes to 1. I can ping it later. It seems kind of eh. I don't know. I think it is a really spicy trade for them though, so they might. Opening up a ping is fine. If they trade the 4/4 into the 2/3 as well, either 2/3, that sets up the Siphon mana, which is pretty cool. It's a little bit of a risk playing the secret without the ghoul, of course, but mana demands it. Now. I don't think I hold for just a ghoul, right? Wow, Blood in the Water is good. That puts that to 3, which messes up my Siphon mana unless I commit a ping, which love necessarily. It's not bad. 4 mana there. Springwater's 4 again. Maybe I open with Springwater here and just see what we land on. Oh, nice mana return there. That's good. It's 4. I don't think we forced the Siphon mana yet, basically here. I think I just go for more board again, right? Is Counterspell gonna be better for us? I feel like Explosive Runes is usually better. I don't know, like they just use Blood in the Water. They use Whispers, like I don't know. I haven't really decided to turn the corner and go face yet though. So this protects a little bit. I don't know. I sort of like the idea of protecting a little bit there. I'm not sure. I think that trade has to happen because these have 5 health, right? I kind of like the double agent in a vacuum better, but okay, Counterspell, nice. All right, that works. They might be saving mana here though for another good spell, but happy to deny at least a little upside there. Have like a tooth or a something here. Oh, another courier. Wow. They're playing double invitation courier. I have not seen that yet. That's pretty wild. That's pretty spicy. So actually, the Siphon Man is really good, but am I just going face now? Like, this is insane. I have 5, 7. That puts them at 17. This puts them at 11. Like, I'm really getting close to Pyroblast territory, but I can also Pyroblast next turn if I Siphon Mana now. So I think that's probably still better. I guess we do this first then. Avenge or Snakes? Probably Avenge. It's just cheaper. It's basically free. I mean, I have that. I might have spare mana anyway. I haven't counted yet, but it's kind of free, right? Do I want to Fireball this turn to just set up the Pyroblast? How much damage do I have? It's 1 off. But I think that's okay. We're pretty likely to have a minion stick here. Let's just set up for the Pyro. I just need 1 damage. If they hit a minion or anything sticks here, we should be okay. I don't know, is there a guarantee? I mean, Explosive Runes could theoretically be better with ping, but... Well, actually, no, not really ever, right? Whispers helps them tidy up a little, maybe. Fell Rattler's insane. Oh my god, no! Oh, they don't have a secret. Okay, that's fine. I'm 1 off here, so I guess the question is, do I Pyroblast this turn and put them to 1, or do I save the Pyroblast to maybe protect my life a little better? Arcanologist draws only Oasis ally. Runes kind of protects me theoretically, right? Let's do this instead. I think this is just a hair safer. And it surprises them too, right? Man, I feel like there had to be a way to get 1 damage back, but I don't know. If they go for scabs here, they definitely still live. Jackpot could definitely have healing too. The courier here doesn't really matter much from a mana standpoint. They can't afford to play all that, right? Maybe if they had some swift scales or something. As long as I'm not dead too, right? We gotta be alive. They don't need tons of damage here. Playing around a Mr. Smite with explosive runes. Need for greed. Okay, that is a big mana commitment, so that's not too bad. Vanessa is fine, right? That's no secrets there impact me at all. A little free damage. Don't need it right now, but all good. Okay. Whew, a little scary, honestly. Down to 6, but the Pyroblast actually clutching it. Now there's the question, would I've already won the game if I didn't take the Pyroblast, if I took the first flame? I don't think so, actually. I think the Pyroblast was a clutch call. I think that was the right move. I think that was a right call, dude. Actually clutching it with Pyro. Cool. All right, I'm gonna play 1 more game, guys, then I gotta go. Gotta go take the wife to get some dinner, a little date night. Keep the wife happy. I might still actually stream later tonight, honestly. I don't know. I don't know yet. I'll see. I think I actually got a pretty good... We finished up that Thief Priest. I'll have a video for that. I kind of think I'm going to make that terrible Duels run a video too. It kind of seems like a fun meme to try and see if it works. What's for dinner? I think we're going to get pizza. Our favorite pizza place closed, but there's another place we've been trying. We're going to try it again, see how it goes. Which I am actually feeling very hungry, man. Oh, I haven't eaten since late last night. I had some leftover chicken adobo at about 9 or 10 last night, and I have not eaten since. I just realized. So I'm hungry. Sketchy Stranger here is just fine. We like early minions, I think, to open this deck up. We would prefer, I think, a whatchamacallit, anonymous informant, but can't be too picky always.
followed.
Card draw is good for this deck. Do I think I can win on tempo a little harder though? Snakes. I mean, honestly, Avenge is probably better next turn with Spellcoiler. If this sticks, I mean, it's gonna eventually probably stick and be relevant, but if this sticks in particular, I love it. Oh, it might stick. Okay, nice, nice, nice. Very good. Ooh, Orion's fun. All right. Probably take more secrets now if we get them. No secrets. We'll take tradable then. Flame Strike and stuff, like, yeah, theoretically you could kill some relic dudes, but that's unlikely. I think that's unlikely. If they don't kill this Avenge, do I play the Orion now? Whoa, Abyssal Depths. Okay. It's like Vandar stuff, maybe? I think I try. This is not going to be hard for them to kill necessarily, but if they rely on a Relic of Extinction and things go wacky, I don't know. Nothing else. It's just a 3/5. That's fine too. I think this is a deck that's going to be hard to beat with that in particular, just because they have a lot of removal and sneaky ways to interact with my cards. All right, yeah. Let's get more secrets in, I guess. Try to protect this Orion as best we can. Snap Freeze, honestly, I'll take right now just to protect my board a little more. I don't have an attack-based secret other than Avenge, which, you know, they're not necessarily likely to proc an Avenge via a 4/4 attacking. So just protect the Orion from like an attack hero power or something, right? This looks like testing counterspell into maybe... Oh, Mothership's not good enough. Okay, perfect. Blizzard Rune's doing work. Yeah, Noyotron's annoying though. Do we have any lethals here? Double check, because I haven't looked yet. 11. Oh yeah, they're just dead. Cool. Wow. Oh, dude, Orion is insane. I don't care. I don't care what anybody says. Orion is MVP. He barely even went off, and he was still just good. All right. Well, that's a quick 3-0 with this deck, man. This deck feels good. I love this deck. It's exciting for me to play Mage in a non-freezy way. Mage has been so dominated by freeze lately. It's cool to play Mage a little differently, man. That was awesome. So guys, I'm gonna hop off. I'm gonna send you guys on your way to a raid, I guess. I should actually send you guys, you know what I might actually do instead? I'm gonna be selfish. I'm gonna send, well, I can't really do that. Yeah, never mind. I'll send you on a raid. I'm gonna, before I do though, I'm gonna point you to, I am gonna point you to my sponsored video first and say, hey, go watch my video today. It's a cool card game you might want to enjoy from a small team. So where is my chat? Fun stream. Thanks. Yeah, it was fun. We had some good stuff happen today. Some crappy stuff too, but some fun stuff as well. So guys, go check out this video on YouTube. A new adventure game, Deck Builder. You completed this. That's right. You can see me murder people. Another innocent victim. I murdered a poor squirrel or something in cold blood. I don't know what it is, but anyway, go check this game out. It's pretty fun. I think if you like narrative games, adventure games, puzzle games, you'll like this a lot. I think if you like really mechanical deck builders, it might not be for you. I don't know that you're gonna find a lot there, but if you like good art and good story and charming writing and stuff, go check out this video. You'll like this game a lot. So that said, thank you all. Mrs. Kilbin's here for the goodbye. Hello, Mrs. Kilbin. Look at you, look fancy. Oh, your hands are freezing though. See you, everybody. Love you a ton. Thanks for watching, and until next time, game on.